back in Hermiston High School in the Old West Federal Credit Union. Motors pregame show. The visitors from Pasco, the Bulldogs, and they will go with a 5'5" senior at one of their guard positions, Maylee Martinez, a 5'7" senior, Celine Martinez, their cousins, Maya Gross, a 5'9" freshman, along with Tyja Mackey, a 5'9" freshman, and a 5'6" freshman. And Aya Heavens rounds out the starting five. 3 freshmen, 2 seniors in the starting lineup for this Pasco team. They come in with 2-2 record, 0-2 in the conference. For 10th-year head coach Aaron Barcott, he took over a decade ago when Pasco and Chiawana split with the opening of Chiawana High School. Barcott was the JV coach prior to that. He's assisted by Stacy Beal, who's in her 7th year, Zach Cifuentes, who's in his 3rd year, and Brittany Ortiz in her 5th year at Pasco High School. Now the starting lineups are being introduced. In the Mid-Columbia Conference, it's alternating introductions, so the lights are down. And then Jacob Levy switches back and forth between the Pasco side and the Hermiston side with the spotlights under the shroud of darkness here over the top of Hermiston's purple gymnasium for the introductions. Bulldogs are 1-3 out of Hermiston, 0-2 tonight coming into their MCC matchup. There is a change to the starting line. Sydney Stephanie is here, but dental emergency means that she will not be playing tonight. So the change is the 5'9" sophomore Kendall Dowdy will be back in the starting lineup where she was when Jordan Thomas wasn't available. But the 6'4" senior is available and in the starting lineup tonight. She'll be out there along with the 5'9" sophomore Paige Palzinski, the 5'8" sophomore Jaden Ray, and the 5'9" junior Jaslyn Romero. Ray, Palzinski, Romero, Thomas, and Dowdy for Hermiston. Martinez and Martinez, Gross, Mackey, and Heavens for the Pasco Bulldogs. For Hermiston, Juan Rodriguez is the head coach in his 3rd season. He's assisted by 2012 graduate Mallory Moss, 3rd year with the program. Dennis Stephanie, the JV coach. Amanda Rodriguez is the freshman coach. Strength and conditioning coach is Emily Stewart. The trainer is Dan Emery. Superintendent Tricia Mooney. Principal Tom Spoo. Athletic director Larry Usher. And the most important member of the athletic department, Larry's assistant, Lindy Thompson. Bulldogs all white uniforms, purple numerals and letterings, Bulldogs across the front. For the Pasco Bulldogs, it is a gray uniform with a bit of faded in purple along the shoulders. It's a Razorback style, so it's kind of like a bit of an angled tank top. Numbers are purple with white trim. Also, Bulldogs across the front of their jerseys. I will make best efforts to refer to neither team as the Bulldogs tonight to avoid confusion. But the joke is, of course, the Bulldogs are winning tonight, Sonny.
Yes, they are, and let's just hope it's the hometown Lady Bulldogs.
Hermiston could use it. Jordan Thomas in the jump circle against Tyja Mackey. Hermiston will attack left to right to start off this contest, and Thomas wins the tip into the backcourt for Jaslyn Romero. She'll move it into the front court for Hermiston. The junior gives to Jaden Ray at the top of the key. Down inside, Thomas going to work. Scoop shot, right side goes in. Jordan Thomas, limited minutes, but she was dominant against Chiawana when she was on the floor before she got sick.
Yeah, she was, and that's what Hermiston's got to work on hard.
Other end spinning move blocked by on a freshman Heavens attempt. Gross saves into the backcourt, but right to Ray. Ray into the front court for Hermiston. Short on the shot, rebound under the basket. Ray slips it away and then loses it into the hands of Mackey. Mackey turns and finds the guard, bringing it into the front court on a full head of steam. Gross, and she is fouled allegedly. And Juan Rodriguez it's probably early in the game to be apoplectic, but he's in disbelief at the very least with a call against Jordan Thomas, her first, and the first one of the ball game. Pauses the clock, 41 seconds into the contest. Maya Gross, the one of 3 freshmen, will shoot the first righty shot, rolls in off the front iron. This Pasco team on Tuesday stayed with Kennewick, but lost to them 80-68. They lost just by 8 to Walla Walla, their 2 MCC games. Gross ties it 2 apiece. And the opening seconds of this Mid-Columbia Conference matchup. First time Pasco and Hermiston have played each other in the MCC, but not the first time that the teams have met. Not very frequent in basketball for these two. Thomas down on the left block. Block from behind, swatted away by Mackey, who's got it for Pasco. Down the middle of the court with a minute gone, tied at 2. Gross's pass is tipped and stolen by Romero. Hermiston has it. Romero down the far sideline. Throws near side to Polzinski. Leaves for Dowdy up top to Romero. Steps to her right. And back to Dowdy. Weaving up top. Underneath to Thomas. Right side, Romero 3-ball. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Jaslyn Romero hits nicely to give Hermiston a 5-2 lead. Inside and an easy finish and timeout for Juan Rodriguez. 30-second timeout.
Gross,
frustrated head coach as Gross finished.
Yeah, all by herself. Nobody switched off. Well, somebody lost their offensive player, and nobody was even within the free throw line of where Gross was at when she received that easy pass.
Hermiston lost to Chiawana on Tuesday night, 44-24. Juan Rodriguez was happy with the defense in that game, holding Chiawana to about 16 below their average. But you have to find ways to turn defense into offense is the big thing for them right now.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and that's what Hermiston struggled with all night long against them. Chiawana was a very good basketball team, though.
1-point lead with 6:15 on the clock in the first quarter for Hermiston. Blocks and elbows to set up a set play. Down inside, Thomas, double team comes. She's fouled on the way to the hoop and has 2 foul shots coming. I will say this, their early season foul shooting has never been one of Hermiston's strong points. And one of the things they were missing with Jordan is she has some of the best touch on the team.
Yes, she does. And, we'll find out if she gets these 2 down right away. She does. And that's a nice thing. She does. She uses her legs and everything right in tandem the way you should.
Maya Gross was called for the foul. First one on Pasco. Missed the second. A foul on the rebound. And it looks like it's going against the Pasco Bulldogs. And Tyja Mackey picks up hers.
Pushed on Polzinski and pushed it out of bounds.
2-point lead for Hermiston. Inbound pass goes past everybody. Ray picks up the loose ball for Hermiston. Romero crossover at the top of the key. Leaves for Dowdy. Dowdy down the right lane. Fouled on a block attempt by Tyja Mackey. Her second in a row. 3 team fouls now on Pasco. And so Talia Maiden, another freshman, coming into the game. 3 freshmen in the starting lineup, another one coming off of the bench, plus we haven't seen Crystal Keaton yet. And talking to Aaron Barcott, the 10th-year head coach, before the game, he said they knew this group was coming. They had 4 players leave last year, 3 graduates and 1 player who wasn't going to come back. And then they knew that they had pretty small classes above that, so they were going to have to use freshmen. And he said they'll be even younger next year. They've got 4 more freshmen they expect to contribute a year from now. 7-4 Hermiston, 5:50 on the clock in the first quarter. Right side, stepping out. Maiden's 3-ball just coming into the game is off iron. Dowdy's got the rebound, and she's fouled under the hoop. This foul is against Celine Martinez. And that's the 4th foul on Pasco. Not even 3 minutes into this thing. 5:42 on the clock, a 7-4 lead for Hermiston. Jordan Thomas, right block, too hard over the rim, and in the corner. Gross chases it down for Pasco. Dowdy pressuring her, knocks it away, spins and flips it. Pasco wants to travel. It's picked up by Ray. Thomas to Romero. Down on the right baseline, 15-footer. Knocked down by Paige Polzinski. Willingness to take that shot's big for Hermiston as they look for different ways they can get their offense going. Romero runs over on the far sideline at the top of Anaya Evans. And Evans a bit shaken up. A timeout for Pasco and Aaron Barcott with 5:04 on the clock in the first quarter. It's a 30-second timeout. 9-4 is the score. That's That's fun. Look at off to the right there. Sometimes you have no idea who the parent is, and sometimes you do because they're wearing the last name of their daughter or son on their back of their sweater. And so Anaya's, let's say, at least relative, I assume her dad, asking for an intentional foul.
Yeah.
Romero she kind of lost time and space and ran over the top of Heavens, but it was in no way malicious, nor really, honestly, that physical.
Now that was she got more of her arm than he got of anything on that foul, and there was once she felt contact, she went down, of course, like she should if she wants to try and draw that foul, but it was not hard.
Oh, I thought she got hit pretty hard. I thought she got run over.
No, I didn't think she got hit that hard. I mean, we've seen a lot of acting already this year.
Up top, Martinez. Maylee Martinez coming around a high pick, left elbow extended, jumpers off iron quite a bit. Rebound pings around, picked up by Dowdy for Hermiston. She'll find Romero. Bulldogs by 5 with 4:45 left. Ray, right down the right lane. Nobody picked her up, and Jaden Ray's got her first bucket of the ball game to extend Hermiston's lead out to 7. Not quite to the halfway point of the first quarter. In the lane, kicked up top. Heavens coming down the left lane, and she fishes it off to the left. Gross, was the shooter, and she has 2 foul shots coming on Kendall Dowdy's first. 3 now on Hermiston, and 2 foul shots coming for Gross. One of the things Aaron Barcott said about this team is their youth is kind of a key component of who they are. They're 15-year-olds who are learning to play with 18-year-olds. And even in AAU, they might play up a year, but 3 years is kind of a whole different ball game. 2-for-2 trip for Gross. And she has all 6 of Pasco's points as they trail 11-6 with 4:25 left in the first quarter. Jaden Ray working the point guard position, brings it into the front court. Throws left wing. Kayla Young in for Hermiston. Down inside to Jordan Thomas, knocked away, but she comes and cleans it up, gets it back to Ray. Ray drives and kicks. Paulzinski back up to Young, near side to Romero. Romero going to work, leaves for a cutting Paulzinski down the lane, right side. Short on the shot, rebound pings around and out. Last touch by Pasco and off of Maiden.
It is good seeing Paige drive to the basket, though. She's getting a little more comfortable. It's just now going to be finishing the shot off.
Young's inbound pass knocked out of bounds by Bea Flores, one of the few seniors for this Pasco team. She comes off the bench at 5 feet tall. Young gets it in this time to Jordan Thomas in the right corner, and then Thomas hammered. And the foul will be against Talia Maiden, her first, and the 5th team foul on Pasco. Aaron Barcott working the officials hard early. Young, the 5'7" sophomore, inbound, baskets to her right. Kind of a scattered around inbound play for Hermiston. Into the right wing for Romero on the perimeter. Hands off to Ray. Ray, pass is picked. Gross coming the other direction. One-on-one with Paulzinski. Turns her right side. Ghost misses the shot, gets her on rebound, blocked, and then hammered down to the floor. Looks like Jordan Thomas is going to pick up her second.
Personal fouls on number 24.
And it's Jordan's second, 14th foul. Have to remember as well, Jordan's played 4 minutes, 15 seconds at the start of this game. She only played about 4 minutes against Chiawana in a couple of stints, so she's just back from that concussion she suffered before the start of the first league game this year. Actually, before the first game this year. And so her first break comes on that second foul as the 6'2" senior Maddie Bird comes into the game. 1-for-2 trip for Gross, who has 7, in fact all 7 of Pasco's points. The Hermiston lead is down to 4 with 3:38. Left wing for Paulzinski, leaves it for Romero. Long 3 off to the right iron. Rebound ripped down by Evans. The freshman will bring it into the front court. Bouncing at the top of the key, crossover, she slipped, leaves it for a trailer, picked up by Martinez. Lee Martinez back to Evans on the right side. Paulzinski tips it out of bounds on the far sideline. We don't see a ton of them, but another familiar face of the old Blue Mountain Officials Association. Tom Grimes is working in this Mid-Columbia Conference crew tonight. A lot of those guys that we would see all the time as a drive by Gross, splits 2 defenders and flipped in. She's got 9, and Pasco's cut the Hermiston lead down to 11-9 with 3 minutes left in the first quarter. But a lot of those officials actually have always kept associations both sides of the river. Forrest McKittis, another one that I can think of off top of my head. Vern Carlson a little bit, I think, although maybe I'm just speaking out of turn now. Turnover on Hermiston. Lob it inside. Martinez, turn around. Rims out from 8 feet away. Picked up by Young. Young to the near sideline. Romero for Hermiston. Flings it up court. Poked out of bounds off of Gross last. Hermiston will have a baseline inbound. Pasco arguing for a tip, and the off official will change the call and give it to the Pasco Bulldogs. They trail by 2 with 2:38 left in the first quarter.
See, and that's the type of pass you don't need at this time, where it's not set up.
Evans works into the lane, lost her balance, flipped it up and in. First points for somebody not named Maya Gross, but the 2 freshmen have Pasco tied 11 apiece with 2:18 left in the first quarter. Romero down into the right corner, picks up her dribble, stuck there, flings it top of the key. Ray, crossover to drive, kicks to Young, left wing 3, air ball, bounced out, and they'll say touched last by Maiden. So Hermiston will keep the inbound. Pauzinski gets her first break with 2:04 left in the first quarter, and Dowdy replaces her. Game tied at 11 as Romero puts it in play. Hermiston stacks along the right lane. Inbound goes to Ray. Ray under the basket, reverse flipped in. Juan Rodriguez told us in the Sway Motors pregame show, Jaden Ray had to be big for them today. Missed shot by Gross. Nobody picked her up. Rebound. Bird to Romero. Up court to Young. Young right side. Lay-in rattles home. Hermiston a little flurry to get back out to a 4-point lead. Right side. 3 ball for Maiden. Swished. Plus a foul. They're going to count the basket. And was it in the act of shooting with 1 shot coming? Maddie Bird is called for the foul, trying to box out. 15 foul on Hermiston. And so Talia Maiden looking for the rare 4-point play. To tie the game, she hits it. 15 apiece with 97 seconds left of the first quarter. Romero working it into the front court. Pasco having trouble staying in front of her when she brings it up. Young underneath the basket. It's tipped and out to the top of the key, kept by Hermiston. Ray on the left wing. Guarded there by Gross. Ray will circle around her into the paint. Knocked out of her hands, gets it back. Out to Young. Young tries a tray. Back iron off. Bird's rebound. Bird has it knocked away. Dowdy steals it. Romero 3-ball. Back iron too hard. Long rebound. Tings around. Picked up by Romero. Flips it to Young. Young under the basket. Bumped and a foul. Called on Talia Maiden, her second. 6-team foul on Pasco.
Fouls on Pasco, number 23.
Game tied at 15. Pasco will make a change. Andrea Gonzalez, a 5'6 junior, will replace Maiden.
Gonzalez, 5'6" junior.
And with 1:02 left in the first quarter, Hermiston to inbound. Into Romero. Tries another 3-ball. This one. Front iron rolls around. Ray's got the rebound under the basket. Ray works herself back into the paint. Hammered as she throws it across and stolen. A lot of contact there that was let go. Pasco the other end. Gross picks up her dribble, steps through, floats it short, and it will be a Hermiston ball with 41.7 seconds left of the first quarter of a game tied at 15. Pauzinski in. They'll get Romero a break here for the final 41.7 seconds of the first quarter. Part of that effort to manage Jaslynn's minutes. She'll play about as much as anybody out there and is asked to do about as much as anybody. Ray picks up the dribble between the rings, hands to Pauzinski, circling right, knocked out of bounds by Martinez. Hermiston will keep the inbound. Game tied at 15 with 29.5 seconds left in the first quarter. Young to inbound the near side, right into Ray. Ray holding on the perimeter. Polzinski around to Dowdy left side. Dowdy in the corner, throws it back out, nobody there. Ray will come into the backcourt and touch it up for an over and back violation. Pasco possession with 19.2 left in the first quarter, and a chance for them to take a lead in this game. They've trailed or been tied the whole time, have not had their nose out in front. Gross on the right side, who has 9 of their 15 points. Hands it off, down into traffic, and a blocking foul. Maylee Martinez fouled by Ray, who picks up her first. 6 on both teams, so the next foul will put either of them in the bonus for the whole second quarter. Honestly, a little bit generous. This was called in the act of shooting.
Yeah, if anything, she's the one that initiated contact, and Dowdy, was going straight up. She had the baseline covered.
One of two trip, but a rebound put back. Heavens is fouled on her way up. And so now Heavens will go to the line as Polzinski picks up her first of the game. 7th foul on Hermiston. And Anaya Heavens has 2 foul shots coming. Just 6.7 seconds remaining in the first quarter. First one is good, and now Heavens to make it a 3-point Pasco lead. She cannot, but gets her own rebound. Heavens down on the baseline, into the corner for Martinez. Back out, 3-ball for Maylee Martinez. Airballed. Ray's got it. That brings us to the end of the first. 17-15. Pasco comes back from an early deficit. Down by 7 at one point. Now they're up by 2 as we go to the second quarter. 1 minute away from you here on AM 1360 KOHU. Second quarter action, Pasco with a 17-15 lead, and they start with the ball. Maya Gross, 9 points to lead all scorers. Down the left lane, misses the shot. Jordan Thomas has the rebound. And Hermiston down by 2. Up court to Polzinski. Polzinski loses the handle. Kind of an awkward 8-foot runner. Dowdy fouled on the putback. And 2 foul shots coming for Dowdy, who was 1 of 2 in the first quarter from the foul line. Maya Gross called for her second foul. 7 fouls on each team, and will be in the bonus the whole second quarter. Pasco will make a change. Bea Flores will replace Gross. Jordan Thomas, Jaslyn Romero, Kendall Dowdy, Paige Polzinski, and Caitlin Heidemann for the first time tonight. And Dowdy is 1 of 2 on the trip to the line. Nope, 2 of 2, excuse me, and we're tied at 17. Heavens loses the handle all the way back out to half court. Slade Martinez back to Heavens. Heavens will work under Thomas and draws a blocking foul. Heavens is a post, but at 5'6", she's got a ton of speed on the perimeter. And Jordan Thomas just picked up her 3rd foul, so she will come out. Hermiston will go small with Jaden Ray coming into the game.
Yeah, that time there, Jordan just did not move her feet, and that's going to happen whenever, you're not in court condition there.
First one falls for Evans. You talk about this young Pasco team. It doesn't get younger than Anaya Evans, who misses the second foul shot, and a jump ball will give possession to Hermiston. I was talking with Aaron Barcott, the head coach, before the game, and Zach Cifuentes, his third-year assistant, came over and said, Naya's only 13. So you're talking about 15-year-olds playing against 18-year-olds. She's a 13-year-old out there. Underneath, on a nice pass from Ray, Palzinski can't finish at the hoop. Under the basket, rebounded by Maylee Martinez, who might have walked out of the traffic. A pass off of Dowdy's hands. Dowdy was going the other way. Martinez kept it. Down the right lane and a lay-in for Maylee Martinez. She has 3 points. And Pasco's back out in front. 22-17 is the score line. Heidemann works a runner in the lane and throws it in over the top of the traffic. Caitlin Heidemann, the freshman, has her own basket. A little theoretically, the student section is paying attention. She's a freshman chant. Heavens steals a bad pass to the backcourt. Dowdy, though, has the rebound on the Heavens miss. Up to Romero on the near sideline. Hermiston down by 1. 90 seconds in the second quarter. Romero stolen by Heavens. All by herself, racing the other end. Trying to chase her down. It is a good job by Ray to get to her. And honestly, send her to the line to make her earn the shots. Ray's second. Evans, who's 2 of 4 from the foul line, has 2 shots coming. First one won't go for the young freshman. And as I explained, this is one of those times when young freshmen actually make sense. The rest of the time it's redundant, but when you're only 13.
Yeah.
Substitution of Pasco into action, number 1, 5'3" sophomore.
She goes 1 of 2 and has 5 points. It's a 2-point lead again for Pasco. 6:21 on the clock in the second quarter. Pasco showing full court pressure. It'll make Romero work up the court with Maylee Martinez on her hip. Romero left wing for Dowdy. There's a foul. Okay, I was wondering how long we were going to call they're off the ball, they're away from the basket, but their fouls all the same, and Andrea Gonzalez is called for 1. 8 team foul. So 1-and-1 opportunity for Dowdy, who is 3 of 4 at the foul line. I mean, suppose at the same time it's a be careful what you wished for situation, because there's 6:13 left in the second quarter, and we could be shooting a lot of free throws.
Yes.
Dowdy makes the first, so earns herself 1 more in the 1-and-1 situation. To tie the game at 21, she does. 6:13 left in the second, and a timeout to Juan Rodriguez. Full timeout with 6 minutes and 13 seconds left in the second quarter. Tied at 21, we'll take the break as well. Back in 60 seconds on AM 1360 KOHU. Tied at 21 apiece. Pasco with the ball. 6:05 left in the second quarter. This is out of a Hermiston timeout. Anaya Evans will drive into the lane. Jump stop floater over Polzinski. Defended well and picked up by Romero. Up court to Ray. Ray slapped out of her hands. Gets the rebound. Flings it onto the perimeter. Heidemann up top to Romero. Romero fakes a pass left. Corner ball for Ray. Ray back out to Heidemann. Pasco doing a good job of extending out on the perimeter right now against Hermiston. Bulldogs have to find a way to the basket. Heidemann right side tries the three. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Caitlin Heidemann, the 5'3" shooting guard, connects and puts Hermiston back out in front. 5:27 on the clock in the second quarter. 24-21 Hermiston. Bulldogs into a zone. Left side jumper is off by Kinsey. Picked up by Romero for Hermiston. Bulldogs looking to add to the three-point lead. Ray down to Dowdy, and Dowdy cut before Ray had figured out where she was. Turnover. With 5:11 left in the second. And Pasco trailing 24-21. They have the ball. Evans bringing it into the front court. The freshman flings far side Martinez and lobs it back. Evans against the 2-3 zone from Hermiston. Down inside. Martinez there. Martinez on the baseline. Back out to LaQuela Kinsey. Martinez steps out. Right corner three ball. High arcing shot off the back iron into Romero's hands. 4:45 left in the second quarter. A bounce pass past everybody up court. 24-21, and Juan Rodriguez barking at Jaslyn Romero. It's a double-edged sword because if Heidemann is aware of the ball coming her way, she's able to catch that in the corner, but I think Rodriguez is going, you're the more experienced player. Don't make that pass. We don't need a three-quarters court pass. Evans left wing three. Off iron. Chased down by Mackey. Mackey turns on the baseline. Pass pings back to her. Mackey high off the glass misses. Rebound tings out off of the shoe top of Polzinski, and Pasco will keep the baseline. Dowdy was racing the other end of the floor, and she's got to get back on to Hermiston's defensive end, unaware that the Bulldogs didn't pick up the ball. Left wing three ball swished by Martinez. Her first points of the game. Tie it at 24 with 4:13 left in the second quarter. Polzinski, Heidemann, an answer three off the iron. Pulled down by Mackey, and she's fouled by Dowdy. Dowdy's second, 10 team fouls. So, to the end of the four for Tyja Mackey to take 2 foul shots. Tuesday on the Ranch and Home scoreboard, Hermiston lost here in the doghouse to Chiawana 44-24. Pasco, a home loss to Kittiwake 80-68. Richland won at Hanford 53-49. And Kamiakin winners at Southridge 70-43. So all the road teams won on Tuesday. Walla Walla is hosting Southridge tonight. Richland's at Chiawana and Hanford at Kamiakin. Mackey missed the first and the second. Polzinski rebounds and throws it up court. Ray's not looking. It's interception, and Pasco's got 3-on-3 at the foul line. Jumper by Martinez is short. Romero rebounds it. Halfway point of the second quarter, tied at 24. Romero near side to Dowdy, lobs it into the corner for Heidemann. Heidemann drives and has it stolen away by Maya Gross. Gross had a long break. She drives down, spins around, walked. Drug her pivot foot on the left block. And so still the leading scorer in this game. An unforced turnover to give the ball back to Hermiston with 3:41 left in the second quarter. Knotted up at 24. Dowdy into the front court. Into the left corner, back up top to Ray. Ray, 4 points here in the first half. She was the one identified by Juan Rodriguez as an X factor. Steal and then a foul. And are they going to call that? Okay, they are going to call Evans for an offensive foul. She reached out and she shoved Ray. And it was just a really slow indication on the offensive foul. Evans first. 9th team foul. And the Bulldogs have the ball. It's player control, so it's just possession. No shots coming.
Hermiston's just got to calm down, Eric. They are trying to do everything so quick.
Romero around a pick, 3 ball, back iron off. Heidemann chases down the rebound on the perimeter. Hermiston keeps it to Ray. Ray, corner for Dowdy. Back out to Heidemann. 3 ball off iron left. No, didn't even hit the iron. Palczynski stepped out of bounds as she tried to save it in. 3:07 left of the second quarter. 24 apiece. A little bit frenetic for Hermiston, and at the same time, just settling for threes a lot. Heavens into lane, poked by Heidemann, loose. Ray flips it as she's falling. Palczynski up to Romero. Hermiston's got numbers. Romero into traffic, dribbles it into traffic, and has it stolen away. Melee Martinez for Pasco. Up to Mackey at the timeline. Gross down the left lane. Jump stop somehow around Palczynski and then traveled to give it right back. Hermiston has a change, and this is the 5'9" freshman point guard Sydney Sievert coming into the game for Heidemann. Gross is going to defend Sievert. Man-to-man defense for Pasco right now. Dowdy at the top of the key. Down the left lane, loses it, trying to pass it across the block, and it was defended well by Pasco. Stolen by Celine Martinez. At the top of the key, bounces far side. Heavens got around Dowdy, stepped around another defender, loses, goes tumbling. Offensive foul again. Heavens reacts with histrionics as she gets called for a second 10th team foul on the player control.
She needs to be careful because we found out these officials don't like the theatrics after the calls, and she was well out of control coming through there. In fact, I thought she traveled before she got the foul.
I agree wholeheartedly.
And when she didn't get called for the traveling, and the official let that thing go, and then she bowled over, the Hermiston player, then threw her arms up. Very, very lucky she didn't get a technical foul on that.
2:19 left in the second quarter. Game's been tied at 24 for a little bit now. In fact, it's been tied at 24 for almost 3 minutes. Tomorrow, Hermiston is going to Davis in Yakima. It will be one of the relatively rare times this season where we will not have Bulldog basketball on the radio, but non-conference here in December. Going to take one off. Hanford is hosting Walla Walla. Kamiakin is at Richland. That should be a good doubleheader. And Kennewick at Southridge. Then these Pasco Bulldogs will host Chiawana in their first rivalry matchup of the basketball season. Here in Hermiston, Pasco and Hermiston. Romero into the lane, misses the jump shot. Rebound pings around, poked away from Gross. Heavens dies down to the floor for Bird. Has it ripped away from her to Mackey, and Mackey will bring it into the front court, handed it off to Gross. Gross hesitates, drives down left lane, back up top of the key. Martinez a three, off iron right, pinged into the air by Palczynski as she goes tumbling. Up to Mackey. Mackey puts her shoulder down and flips it up over the top of Bird to give Pasco the 26-24 lead. Tyja Mackey, one of the 3 freshmen in the starting lineup for Pasco. Sievert drives into lane, kicks it near side. Romero a 3 ball, off iron, and Bird has the rebound on the backside. Back out on the perimeter for Ray. Palczynski to Sievert. Sievert's going to come and run a play. The minute 25 left in the second quarter. Hermiston down by 2. Palczynski drives baseline, leaves it for Bird, fouled before the pass was off by Mackey, who picks up her 3rd foul. We've had 21 fouls between the two teams here in the first half. Mackey, the starting post for Pasco, and Jordan Thomas, Hermiston's starting post, both on the bench with 3 fouls. A minute 20 left in the second quarter. And a 26-24 ball game. It's an unfortunate situation for Hermiston losing Sydney Stephanie tonight with the dental emergency, but kind of one of those moments to watch the game from a different angle. And to help her learn, Mallory Moss, the assistant coach, sitting down at the end of the bench with Stephanie. Missed the foul shots. Other end, Heavens misses a runner under the basket, rebounded by Romero for Hermiston. Up court to Sievert. Sievert right side, can't finish the lay-in. Ray's got the rebound, back out on the perimeter. Palczynski to Romero, way downtown, back iron too hard. Sievert's got it back. Romero standing at the jump circle. 52 seconds left. Hermiston down by 2. Near side to Ray, up top to Sievert. Sievert coming to right, finds a seam to the lane, lays it in. The freshman's got a bucket to tie the game at 26.
Good looking
just
ball
attacking.
player. Yeah, that's what we need to do instead of running helter-skelter. Attack the basket.
Around the perimeter, right side for Salim Martinez. Guarded by Ray. In and back out. Kind of triangle look right now and a travel. Salim Martinez, nice assist over to Larry Usher. The athletic director sitting right over on the student section side, which is still sparsely populated, especially for a Friday night. Come on, students. I've lived here for 13 years. This is the only show in town. Steele coming the other direction. Gross has it on a 2-on-1. Pass it across the lane. Paulzinski bumped Heavens, who's going to the line. 2 foul shots. And for Paige, it's her second. 11 fouls on Hermiston. Although after 10, it really doesn't matter that much to keep count.
With the line for Pasco, number 32, Anaya Evans, and she will shoot 2.
Anaya Evans, 50% right now from the stripe. 3 of 6, and the first one gets a shooter's roll. To put Pasco back out in front. Just 6.3 seconds left in the second quarter. And Evans is good, 2 for 2, to make it a 28-26 lead. Romero into the front court. Poked away by Evans. Pass back up to Evans. Knocked out a play by Paulzinski to end the quarter. 28-26. Pasco in front by 2 as we go into the locker room break here at Hermiston High School. And the Tom Denchel Ford Country halftime show is on the way for you. We're going to take a 2-minute break and we'll come back here on AM 1360 KOHU. has 7. 3 each from Maylee Martinez and Salim Martinez. 4 from Talia Maiden off the bench, and Tyja Mackey with 2. Pasco 12 of 19 from the foul line. They have 1 3-pointer made. They'll start with the ball in the second half, attacking left to right. Here at Hermiston High School. And they make no changes to their starting 5. Maylee Martinez, Salim Martinez, Maya Gross, Tyja Mackey, and Anaya Evans. Evans skip pass to the far side to Martinez as Hermiston comes out in a 2-3 zone. Runner by Gross at the foul line with her right hand goes in. She's got 11. And Pasco will start the second half now with a 4-point lead. This actually matches their largest lead of the game. Hermiston had more leads in the first half. Quite a few ties and a back-and-forth seesaw battle. Jaden Ray to Paige Paulzinski. Inside to Jordan Thomas. Thomas back out to Kendall Dowdy. Dowdy coming to her left. Leaves it for Paulzinski. Up to Ray. Jasmine Romero is the 5th on the floor, and a blocking foul on an attack by Jaden Ray. Sends Ray to the line for 2 foul shots. For Pasco, it is... it can't be number 23. Can it? Oh, no, they did start Talia Maiden.
Yeah, they did.
And so Maiden picks up the 3rd foul, first on Pasco in the second half. Pasco has 6 on the floor right now, which is still illegal. Didn't used to be, but that was before I was alive.
That was only in women's basketball, too.
Right, yeah. My stepmother played that for a year, her freshman year at Corning High School in Corning, California. Out of bounds on the near sideline off of Maylee Martinez's foot. Corning famous for the olives, the Lindsay olives. A foul before a shot made by Jordan Thomas.
Gonzalez.
So 2 on her. She just came into the game. Second team foul on Pasco. Not quite a minute into the third quarter. 4-point lead for Pasco. Hermiston inbound. And knocked out of bounds by Gross. Stepping in front of a pass that was telegraphed to Jordan Thomas. Juan Rodriguez talked about this in the pregame. One of the balances is telling the guards, the young ones, Jordan needs to touch the ball on every possession. But at the same time, you can't force it. Bad steal again, another direction. Gross spin around the lane, right side, knocked Paulzinski down. Rebounded by Gonzalez, throws it back out on top. Martinez coming to the right, works her way into the paint. Contact all over the place, no whistles either way. They got fans on both sides of the floor wondering what the heck's going on right now. Ball knocked out of bounds by Thomas on a miss by Romero. Pasco's ball.
I think they swallowed something, the officials did at halftime.
Well, and that's what Aaron Barcott's saying right now, near sideline. Evans will try a 3, nothing but the bottom of the net. Evans has 10. 33-26, now the largest lead of the game for Pasco. Bulldogs need a bucket, and Jasmine Romero just barely, allegedly, kept her toe on her pivot foot. Ray back out to Paulzinski. Paulzinski into Thomas. Thomas to her right. Drops her shoulder. Drops Martinez, but misses a shot. Evans behind her back. Finds some space. Kicks it left side. Gonzalez long 2. Rebounded by Romero for Hermiston. 33-26. 2 minutes into the third quarter. Romero up court. Gives to Paulzinski at the top of the key. Coming to her right, hands off to Dowdy. Dowdy lobs to Ray. Into the paint, rips it across the lane. Thomas finishes on the left side. Jordan Thomas has 5 points. Hermiston's first points of the second half come a little more than 2 minutes into the quarter. 33-28. Gross the other end. Round a defender and flips it in. 13 points for Maya Gross. 35-28. 5:30 left in the third quarter. Dowdy will work the baseline left side, misses the shot, and then fouls Gross. Dowdy picks up her 3rd. First foul on Hermiston in the second half. With 5:24 on the clock in the third quarter, Juan Rodriguez looks down the bench and sends sophomore Kaylee Young into the game to get Dowdy. Bulldogs are short Sydney Stephanie, who is out tonight with a dental emergency.
See, and Eric, this is what I'm afraid of. Hermiston is the team that should be forcing Pasco to chase them, and Pasco's just making us run all over the place.
Heavens down on the baseline, weaves into the lane, put her shoulder down to got Thomas away, go all the way to the back wall. Heavens rebound, put back. And Paulzinski's got the ball, gets it into Romero. 37-28. Heavens has 12. 4:53 left in the third quarter. Romero between the rings, looking over to Juan Rodriguez. Left corner for Young. Young ahead fake, and she'll drive and kick back up to Paulzinski. Paulzinski down the right lane. Draws some contact. Her runner from 6 is off. Rebounded under the basket by Gonzalez for Pasco. Gross with a full head of steam the other direction. Ray picks her pocket. Gross has it tipped out of her hands by Young. It's Ray and Young. Ray will slow up. Good decision by Jaden. Right side, Paulzinski got past her defender. Attacks and lobs it across everything. Young gets it in left corner. Up to Ray. Romero left side. Into Thomas. Thomas in traffic. Cannot finish, but is fouled. And has 2 foul shots coming on Maya Gross's third foul of the contest. Third foul on Pasco in the second half.
That's her third personal foul. 13th foul at the line for the Bulldogs of Hermiston, number 24, Jordan Thomas.
Bea Flores, the senior, will come to the scorer's table. And we will see sophomore Courtney West for the first time for Hermiston to replace Paulzinski. Gross is the one coming out for Pasco. Thomas good on the first, has 1 more foul shot coming. The senior, 2 for 2. Pasco's lead is down to 7. Right side for Heavens. Heavens jump step through 2 defenders, flings it up, poked out by Pasco last. Gonzalez, the one who touched it last, and it's Hermiston down 37-30 with the ball. Halfway point of the third quarter. But equal size cheerleading crews, and Pasco maybe even a little bit stronger. Romero right elbow jumpers floated short. Gonzalez rebounds for Pasco. Flings it to Salim Martinez, who in the backcourt will bounce it to a teammate. Into the front court, Melee Martinez, left side, bounce it back up to her cousin Salim. Near side for Heavens. Heavens to Melee, back to Heavens. Melee Martinez, 2-3 zone again for Hermiston. Heavens will take the 3 ball, airballed it into the hands of Romero, who rips it up court with her left hand to Young, racing the other end by herself, floats it in over the top of a closing Heavens. Kaylee Young's got 4. Hermiston down now by 5 with 3:12 left in the third quarter. Right side with Salim Martinez, bounce it back out to Heavens. Bulldogs with this zone, kind of enticing 3-point shots. Salim Martinez gets a shooter's roll from the right corner. Her second 3-pointer of the game. 40-32, Pasco's advantage. Under 3 minutes remaining in the third. Romero at the top of the key, right side to West. First touch since she came into the game. Out top to Young, near side Romero. Tries a long 3 to answer back and rattles it in. Jasmine Romero, just her second bucket of the ball game. Hermiston needs her to heat up, down 40-35. Top of the key, answer back 3 from Martinez, and it goes. She's got 6. 43-35 with 2:22 left in the third quarter. Right side for West, into Romero on the right block, going to work against the guard. Lefties, turnaround hits. And a timeout for Juan Rodriguez with 2:08 left in the third quarter. Down 43-37. A full timeout for the Hermiston Bulldogs. We'll take that break as well. Back in 1 minute on AM 1360 KOHU. 43-37 out of the Hermiston timeout. 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Pasco with the ball. Bailey Martinez down inside to Salim Martinez, blocked away by Jordan Thomas. Back out to Heavens. Heavens 3-ball misses. Rebounded by Romero. Romero lobs it up court to Young, who chases it down one. Bounce, lays it in. 43-39. 93 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Young's got 6. Right corner, 3-pointer up. Salim Martinez nails it. She's got a trio of triples. 46-39. Pasco's hit 4 3-pointers in this quarter. Heavens steals it away. Heavens rolling on the floor, gets it away with no whistle. Near sideline to Flores. Bea Flores. Back to Martinez. Heavens drives into the lane. Blocked away by Thomas at a foul.
Oh, how could they call that? I mean, when you're bowling over, trying to bowl over somebody or through somebody.
Jordan Thomas's 4th foul, second team foul on Hermiston. Aaron Barcott, the 10th-year head coach, arguing his case. Thomas will come out. Paige Polzinski will replace her. So Thomas has 4 fouls and has to come to the end of the bench. 1:01 left in the third quarter. And Heavens goes 1 of 2 from the line. She's got 13. 47-39. Under a minute left in the third. Top of the key. West around to Ray. Right corner for Young. Romero up top. Tees a tray. Front iron short. Rebounded by Gonzalez. Then a jump ball tied up by Romero.
For the jump ball, possession arrow favors Hermiston.
Bulldogs of Hermiston down by 8 with 43.2 seconds left in the third quarter. All the Hermiston players along the right lane into Ray in the corner. On the inbound play, Ray up to Young. Young will start to yo-yo, now picks up her dribble, needs somebody to come help her. West will come get the ball. The sophomore West around her defender, down on the left block for Polzinski, lobs it up, no, she did walk. So Pasco with the possession, 35-second shot clock is off, 27 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Pasco could make this with a bucket, a 10-point game. 3-pointer makes it 11-point. It's going to be double digits if they score in this possession at the end of the third. Heavens underneath, a foul as Romero came across to try to block Gonzalez. And Andrea Gonzalez has 2 foul shots coming on Jaslyn Romero's second. And the third team foul on Hermiston.
Personal foul is number 22, Jaslyn Romero. That's her second personal foul.
You say 4 team fouls on Hermiston now. No, okay, they moved it back.
Yeah.
They had jumped it 2 accidentally. Well off course for the junior Andrea Gonzalez on her first foul shot. 10:07 left in the third. And the Pasco lead is a 48-39 on a banked foul shot. Ray into left corner. Young a 3. Airballed short. It'll come out off of Polzinski's foot. And so Pasco's ball, final 1.9 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Romero will defend Heavens, but Heavens got it on the run. Half-court runner up off iron right, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. Pasco 48, Hermiston 39. Hermiston's got some work going into the fourth quarter after this 1-minute break on KOHU.
start the final quarter play. They lead 48-39.
Pasco hit 4 3-point shots in the third quarter and outscored Hermiston 20-13 to take a 48-39 lead to the fourth, and they start the fourth quarter with a basket for Tyja Mackey, her just second bucket of the game. Other end of the floor, a foul on Pasco. That's their fourth.
Number 23, Talia Maiden.
And Talia Maiden just picked up her fourth foul. So to the scorer's table, Maylee Martinez will come get May. Polzinski's going to get a break, and Maddie Bird will come in, along with Kendall Dowdy, Jaslyn Romero, Caitlin Heidemann, and Jaden Ray. Ray has a pass stolen away. Heavens in a foot race the other end. Ray chasing her down. She leaves it to a trailing Mackey, misses the shot. Gross rebound putback. Gross has got 15 to lead all scorers in this game. The Pasco lead is out to 52-39. Jaslyn Romero, who's been held to just 8. Right corner for Heidemann. Back out to Dowdy. Dowdy 5 points, all in the first half. Heidemann, right corner. Pass was slow to get to her. Tries to pass it down to Bird. Bird chases it down before Heavens can get it, but the passes are all over the place. Romero to Heidemann. It's a comedy of errors, and nobody's laughing at a shot clock violation.
Sloppy basketball, Eric. That's all you can say about this. Is Hermiston came out in the start of this fourth period, and they haven't got anything going whatsoever.
Bulldogs sitting in a zone. Sydney Sievert will come into the game. The freshman replaces Heidemann. Those two played AAU ball together. Played against a lot of the freshmen out here. Air ball miss. Romero up court to Ray. Ray left side. Heavens comes back and fouls her. And Ray a little bit slow to get up. Heavens her third, 5th team foul.
They didn't call it on the shot?
No, they did call it on the shot.
Now, she actually was calling for the out-of-bounds play. And this official out here finally said, no, it was shooting.
Well, he's the one who called the foul. So, 2 shots for Jaden Ray. Rings out the first. Hermiston trailing 52-39. They went about 2.5 minutes out of the locker room without scoring. And Ray misses them both. They've gone over a minute in this quarter without scoring. Pasco in control right now with 6:35 left. Gross into the lane. Rims out the rebound. Mackey steals it away. Kicks to Gross. 3 ball. Back iron off. Romero has the rebound tipped out of her hands. It stays with Pasco. 6:25 left in the fourth quarter. 52-39 the scoreline. Gross to put the ball in play. Gets it in. Right elbow extended jumper for Martinez. Back iron off into Dowdy's hands. Hermiston trailing with 6:20 left in the fourth. 52-39. Romero walks into the front court around a high pick from Dowdy. Coming to the right. Underhand flips to Sievert. The freshman kicks left corner for Dowdy. Dowdy, the sophomore, comes out. Now will drive in left block, and Mackey called for a foul. And Mackey has her 4th foul. 6-team foul. And if for Hermiston, you look at Mackey's got 4, Maiden's got 4, Gross has got 3, Heavens has 3. If they attack, the best case scenario is they get back into this game. The worst case scenario is they still lose, but they have the chance to put Pasco in a tough defensive situation. Mackey's got to come out for Andrea Gonzalez. Dowdy makes the first and misses the second. Gross has the rebound for Pasco. 52-40 their lead. 2 minutes gone in the fourth quarter. Open from Evans down the right lane, and Evans has 15 to match Gross. Romero has her pocket picked. Sievert in the front court, drives down the right lane, is fouled by Gross, who just picked up her 4th foul. 7-team foul on Pasco.
Personal fouls on number 14.
Few fans who don't understand how rules work shouting about an over and back. The ball never actually, it got poked out of Romero's hands and never came into the front court. While she came into the front court, she went back into the back court to establish again and then brought into the front court. But the player and the ball all have to come across the timeline before it can be called an over and back violation.
Yeah, and the fact is that the Pasco girl poked the ball into the backcourt, so that would have negated the, the over and back anyway.
Dowdy rebounds a Sievert miss, 54-40 the scoreline. Romero at the top of the key, leaves right for Ray. 3-ball, rattles in back iron. Jaden Ray's got 7. 11-point lead for Pasco. Jordan Thomas will come back in at the next chance. Gonzalez right baseline, knocks down an 8-footer. Gonzalez has 3. 5 minutes and some change left in the fourth quarter, 56-43. Dowdy to Romero. Jaslyn going to work, works into the lane, righty floaters off, gets her own rebound, lobs it back out to Dowdy. Dowdy to Sievert. Sievert splits 2 defenders, leaves it for Bird on the left block, and she lost it out of her hands, out of bounds. Oh, great drive by the freshman Sydney Sievert to open up Maddie Bird, and she just lost it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there.
Jordan Thomas in. She's got 4 fouls. 56-43 with 4:45 left in the fourth quarter. To Heavens. Heavens, floater in the lane, off the back iron into Romero's hands. For Hermiston, she'll bring it down the far sideline. 4.5 minutes left in the fourth. Romero splits 2 defenders, finds a seam to the lane, lays it in. Romero's got 10. And again, it's a 11-point lead for Pasco. Maylee Martinez lobs it near side to Heavens. Heavens bounces right elbow. Celine Martinez jumpers off. Romero's got it, and Hermiston's got a 5-on-2. Romero bounces up court to Dowdy. Dowdy left side miss on Jordan Thomas has got the rebound. On her arm is a foul. And so Jordan Thomas is going to the foul line to shoot 1-and-1 on Pasco's 8th foul. Celine Martinez picks up her 2nd.
Number 11, Celine Martinez, her 2nd personal foul. Jordan Thomas at the line for Bulldogs.
Jordan Thomas, 3 of 4 from the charity stripe tonight. The senior, she played a few minutes every once in a while as a freshman, a little bit more as a sophomore, quite a bit last year. And she has turned herself into what will end up being, if she can get healthy and stay healthy, one of the best basketball posts in the Mid-Columbia Conference. 56-45. She did miss the foul shot. And Hermiston still in their zone. Right side, Heavens tries a 3-ball. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And Aya Heavens has 18. 5 3-pointers in the second half for Pasco. 59-45 with 3:25 left in the fourth. Seifert into Thomas. Thomas catches at the foul line, comes to her left, misses a shot, rebound, put back. Thomas has 9. Timeout for Juan Rodriguez. It will be his last full timeout and leave him just 1:30 with 3:17 left in the fourth quarter. Polzinski's going to come back in, checking in at the table. 59-47 is the score line. And as this game has continued to progress, where Sydney Stephanie is missing for Hermiston the most out tonight with the dental emergency is perimeter defense against these Pasco guards.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Hermiston's doing a great job of keeping the hands up. Unfortunately, the hands got to be up, but if you're going to play defense, you also got to move the feet, and that's where Pasco is getting by us. We're kind of just standing there in the zone and expecting that zone from everybody else is going to cover up behind. You still have to, slide your feet to get into the passing lane.
Bulldogs trail by 12 with 3:17 left in the fourth quarter. With the pace that this game is played at, a comeback's not impossible. But Hermiston's got to get stops on this end. And Aya Heavens will inbound it to Maya Gross. Maylee Martinez, Tyja Mackey and Salim Martinez, the starting 5 for Pasco on the floor right now. Mackey at the foul line against Thomas, coming down the right lane. Floats it up. Good job by Thomas to defend her. Romero's got the rebound for Hermiston. Romero fakes a pass left, comes to the left side, misses a shot. Thomas back out to Romero. Around the perimeter, the extra pass to Ray. Ray leaves her for Polzinski. Sievert near side, Romero. Hermiston trying to get it back to 10. Romero back out to Polzinski. Thomas has it, comes left side around Mackey. Layup off. Rebound poked out off of Mackey's fingertips last. It'll stay Hermiston ball. 2:39 left in the fourth quarter. 12-point lead for Pasco. Romero lobs it into Thomas into traffic. Over the back, called on Jordan Thomas. And she fouls out of the game. 9th foul on Jordan.
Number 24, Jordan Thomas. That's her 5th personal foul.
And so Jordan is out. Kendall Dowdy will come back in. Lob it into Mackey. Hands off to Heavens down the near sideline. Guarded by Sievert. These two definitely played quite a bit in AAU basketball against each other. Dowdy pokes a pass away from Mackey, but it's Heavens again. Heavens going to work, kicks it across. Gross left block, lays it in. Gross has 17. 61-47. Dowdy, other end, left eye, lays it in +1. Mackey's just fouled out of the game with her 4th. So both post players have been eliminated with fouls tonight. And Mackey will be replaced by Talia Maiden, the freshman who has not played a lot of minutes, but in her minutes has committed 4 fouls herself. With 2:11 left in the fourth quarter. Just wonder if it's too little too late for this Hermiston team. They got a lot of work to do with just a little bit of time left. Trying to avoid going to 0-3 in the MCC. Dowdy makes the foul shot. Dowdy's got 9. Right side for Heavens. Heavens against Sievert. Works into the lane. Dumps it inside. Polzinski might have got away with a slap onto the arm of Maiden. Ends up in Heavens' hands. Heavens floats one in. Goes down to the floor. Fouled by Romero. And Anaya Heavens is going to the foul line with a chance for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way on Jasmine Romero's 3rd. 15 foul on Hermiston. Heavens has got 20 to make it 21. (64-50). Minute 49 left. Float in by Sievert down the right side. Sydney Sievert's got her 2nd bucket of the ballgame. Other end, Heavens all the way to the 10, and she's fouled. Check that. This was Gross.
First foul, number 14.
And Polzinski called for her 3rd. 16 foul on Hermiston. Maya Gross, 2 foul shots coming. Minute 40 left in the fourth quarter. Pasco sensing that they can put away Hermiston. They've kept their pace up. These freshmen, they've got a ton of confidence. They've played a ton of youth basketball. And you can see their swagger. 2 for 2, 66-52. Final 90 seconds. Polzinski into the lane. Floats it over the top. Dowdy rebound. Back out. Sievert to Romero. Romero works into the paint. Tries to go glass. Off iron right. Melee Martinez. They get it up court. Gross with a full head of steam down the left lane against Polzinski. Good defense by Page. Knocks it away. Dowdy up to Romero. Romero surveys. She'll run around Martinez. Spins back to her left in the lane and floats it in. 12 points for Romero. Final minute 5 with 66-54 the Pasco lead. Now Aaron Barcott stands up and says, you got to slow down a bit. Heavens on the near sideline against Sievert. Juan Rodriguez telling Sievert she's got to come out on Heavens. Leaves for Gross, guarded by Polzinski. Polzinski reached her 4th. 7th team foul on Hermiston. So Maya Gross at the foul line with a 1-and-1 opportunity.
Pasco sending bonus, they'll be shooting 1-1. At the line, number 14, Maya Gross.
So this Pasco team, they're going to get a W. They've got Chiawana tomorrow night. That's a tough one. Gross missed the foul shot. Sievert pass up court. Somehow Romero ends up chasing it down in the left corner. Leaves it for Paulzinski. Paulzinski, one bounce and kicks it back to Romero in the corner. Romero to Sievert. Sievert loses the handle. Evans picks it up. Somehow stands up out of that. Romero's got it into the lane. Fouled, and a traveling violation is called on Romero.
That was not a good call.
Gross splits two defenders, works into the front court. 20 seconds left, 66-54. Shot clock's off. Gross fouled out on the perimeter. And the foul is on Jaden Ray, her third.
First foul's number 10, Jaden Ray. That's her third personal foul.
Gross at the foul line.
First to line to shoot.
Another 1-and-1
Shoot 1-1.
with just 15 seconds remaining. So Pasco beats Wenatchee 67-40. They beat Eisenhower 54-41. They lose to Walla Walla 54-46, and they lose to Kennewick 80-68. But Gross goes 2 for 2 on that trip. Ball knocked out of bounds. Pasco still full court pressing. Into Sievert. And the final seconds will come off the clock. Romero into the front court. Romero works into the lane. Teardrop is off iron. Romero gets her own rebound. Goes back to work in traffic. Blocked and fouled. And the foul will be on Maiden, who fouls out of the game with 4 points off of the bench. 19 foul on Pasco. Pauses the clock with 2.3 seconds remaining. Chiawana on Saturday, Tuesday at Eastmont in non-conference. Next Friday, they'll take on Southridge. And that's when the break will come. Ball knocked out of bounds. It stays Hermiston's ball. I don't really think that's correct.
No, there were two Hermiston girls there.
Either way, Hermiston will inbound with 2:10 left. They won't even get a shot off. Sievert hoist one, and it doesn't matter. 68-54 the final score. Pasco with the win. They improve to 3-2 and 1-2 now in the MCC. And for the Hermiston Bulldogs, they fall to 1-4 and 0-3 in their brand new conference. We'll have a brief Sway Motors post-game show coming your direction after we come back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Bulldog Basketball at AM 1360 KOHU. American Sunday, it's the Swing Motors post-game show with the Hermiston girls losing to Pasco 68-54. Final stats from this one. Anaya Evans, Maya Gross, 21 apiece. Celine Martinez added 9. Maylee Martinez with 6, and 4 from Tyja Mackey, who did foul out of this game. Off of the bench for Pasco, Talia Madden, who also fouled out of this game, had 4, and Andrea Gonzalez with 3. 19 of 28 from the foul line. After 1 3-pointer in the first half, Pasco hit 5 more in the second half on the way to their 14-point victory. Jasmine Romero led Hermiston with 12. Kendall Dowdy and Jordan Thomas each had 9. Jaden Ray was 7. Kayla Young was 6. Paige Palzinski added 2. Other bench players, Caitlin Eideman had 5. And Sydney Sievert, 4 points tonight for this Bulldog team. They were able to scatter around 4 3-point shots this evening. Shot pretty well from the foul line when the dust settled tonight, but not well at all in the fourth quarter of play. They ended up finishing 11 of 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 11 of 15, and 3 of 7 in the fourth quarter, although with a 14-point loss, not really any. That wasn't the reason they lost this game tonight. Sonny, other numbers for you?
Turnovers. You know, the younger team outplayed the more experienced team by quite a bit. 26 turnovers for Hermiston. That's the story of the game. The freshmen for Pasco, 15 turnovers tonight. They were a much more composed team from what we saw tonight anyway. So, you know, they put the pressure on Hermiston where Hermiston should have been putting the pressure on Pasco.
So, boys game is next. Hermiston is looking to go to 5-0 against this Pasco Bulldog team visiting the Doghouse tonight. Final score of the girls game, 68-54. We'll take a 2-minute break, and when we come back, your Sway Motors pregame show will start with Casey Arstein, the third-year head coach of the Hermiston boys, telling you about the matchup here on AM 1360 KOHU Hermiston. Back at Hermiston, Eric Olson and Sonny Levy with you on AM 1360 KOHU as the warm-ups have completed before our boys' game tonight. The girls' game goes Pasco's way, 68-54, the final score, the Ranch and Home scoreboard. Here on our Sway Motors pregame show. Before we get to the starting lineups, Sonny's Bulldog boys team, they've done kind of everything we've hoped for. They've done everything we've asked of them. We put 4 teams in front of them. They beat all 4 teams. So feeling pretty good. Coming off of the big win here against Chiawana on Tuesday night. This is a Pasco team that hasn't had the same type of joy so far in this season. Hermiston's in a position where they got to make sure they don't get caught, that kind of cliched trap game.
Yeah, and they're, the biggest thing is they've got one kid of 6'5", and we'll see how Mr. Brandon Scott can play against Hermiston, and it probably matched up with Andreessen, and we'll see just exactly how they come up with it, if they're quick, if they're good shooters. If Hermiston does what they normally do and just plays good, fast-paced, and confident basketball, they should come away with the win here.
Now, Brandon Scott is a starter, but he averages only about 3 points per game. They're really a small-style team. Diego Gutierrez is their shooting guard, a senior. He's played 4 years. He's their lead guy, has almost 14 points per game. So this is going to be a small, fast team. Hermiston's almost playing a mirror of themselves, and not just in the fact that they have the same mascot, but they're very similar in their sizes as well. And so this will be one of those like-for-like matchups against a team, however, who's 0-5 right now, and that can be dangerous. They're 0-5, but they've been hanging around in their games.
Yeah, and that's what Hermiston has to avoid is that they've played at times down to teams that they've come in that they should be handling fairly well, and then had to struggle to come back and ended up winning it. But that's not what you want to do. You want to put this away early with no questions asked, and not have to worry about trying to struggle to keep the lead.
On the injury report brought to you by Mirasol Family Health Center, Ryan Andreessen's going to start tonight. He's going to play tonight. He is still very bandaged up. That ankle that he rolled on Tuesday night against Chiawana and then came back to finish with 29 points got really big.
Yeah.
And so he is going to give it a go here this evening, but let's say not at 100% tonight. Starting lineups brought to you by Rick's Car Wash. For the Pasco Bulldogs, already mentioned their leading scorer, the 5'11 senior Diego Gutierrez, 6' junior in Ethan Lagarde, a 5'9 senior in Moises Cuevas, a 6'2 junior in Nicholas Gutierrez, and a 6'5 junior in Brandon Scott. For the second-year head coach, Adam Berg, Chris Ortiz, J.J. Sanchez, and Brian Arroyo assist him. Alternate introductions for the Pasco and Hermiston Bulldog teams. So we haven't quite got to the drop the lights portion of tonight's introductions. There they are. The lights go down and they'll go back and forth to introduce the two teams under the mood lighting here at Hermiston High School, and with the music that is so familiar. If you remember the Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls, kind of the first team that did the fancy introductions in the NBA. Now everybody does it, including the Hermiston Bulldogs. So they're 5. No changes. Ryan Andreessen, a lot of tape on the ankle, but he's the 6'3 senior at 29 points on Tuesday night in the win over Chiawana. 6' senior Cesar Ortiz had 20 points, canned a bunch of three-pointers in that game. 5'10 senior Andrew James, the 6' senior Jordan Ramirez, and the 6'1 senior Adrian Mendez, the starting 5 for Hermiston. Head coach is Casey Arstein in his 3rd season. He's assisted by first-year assistant coach Anthony Landeros. The JV coach is Taylor Smith, C-team coach Ricardo Sotelo, freshman coach Riley Smith. The trainer is Dan Emery, the superintendent Tricia Mooney, principal Tom Spoo. Athletic director at Hermiston High School is Larry Usher, and he is assistant. Ever important to the athletic department. Larry's assistant is Lindy Thompson. Ranch and Home scoreboard around this gymnasium tonight, and the Gold Gym as well. JV boys 70-26 winners earlier on this evening. The Hermiston JV girls were also winners, 68-24 the final score. However, the Pasco girls were 68-54 winners in this gym just about 20 minutes ago. Hermiston, Pasco, here tonight on the gymnasium floor in the purple gym known as the Doghouse. You're listening to it on AM 1360 KOHU, and welcome you and if you're online at gohermiston.com or to web stream powered by Eastern Oregon Telecom Internet at the speed of life. The Bulldogs uniform's a all-white uniform. Purple designs, kind of like a maze pattern down the sides of their shirts and shorts. White numerals and lettering trimmed in black. And for the Pasco Bulldogs, it's a purple uniform. Pasco across the chest in white with white numerals and lettering. Appropriately sized white numerals as well. Nice, big, easy to read numbers. Andreessen in the jump circle with Brandon Scott, and Pasco wins the tip into the backcourt. Pasco attacking right to left. We'll start with a possession here in the opening seconds of this first matchup between the two teams in the Mid-Columbia Conference. Man-to-man defense for Hermiston, switching on screens on the far sideline. Ball batted away from Cuevas, and now Jordan Thomas picks Cuevas' pocket. Thomas has people running behind him, leaves it for Andreessen, who lays it in, and Hermiston's in front on the Ramirez steal and assist to Andreessen. 29 points on Tuesday night. He gets the first two tonight, a half minute into the contest. Diego Gutierrez, their leading scorer, got 14 a game, comes down the right lane, fouled before he got to the rim by Adrian Mendez. First foul of the contest, pauses the clock with 7:19 on it here in the first quarter. Baseline inbound coming for Hermiston. Now it'll be Gutierrez to put it in play. Baskets to his right as he looks up. Into the block, Nicholas Gutierrez back out to Diego. Gutierrez circling up top. Diego Gutierrez got a defender to fall to the lane. Rims out the shot attempt, rebounded by Mendez for Hermiston. He'll find Jordan Ramirez, the senior point guard, into the front court. A minute gone in the game, 2-0 Hermiston. Pasco opens up at a zone. And Hermiston gonna milk some clock, weaving out top. Andrew James. 4 years a starter here at Hermiston High in basketball. Ortiz to the rim. Rebound is off the front iron into the hands of Brandon Scott. He's their 6'5 junior. Near sideline, Diego Gutierrez goes to work. Kicks up top. Maybe a walk for Cuevas before his three attempt. Rims out. Ortiz has it for Hermiston. Up to Ramirez. Ramirez drives and kicks. Leaves for Andrew James. James splits two defenders underneath for Mendez. Lays it in. Mendez makes it 4-0 Hermiston. A little more than a minute and a half into the first quarter. Spinning around, Diego Gutierrez kicks onto the right wing for Nicholas Gutierrez. Stuck at the right elbow, he waits, Diego comes, takes a handoff, coming to the left against Ryan Andreessen, bounces left baseline, Cuevas back out to Gutierrez. Andreessen doesn't look too worse for wear on that ankle so far. To the rim, Leggard off the back iron into Andreessen's hands. Far sideline, Ramirez has it for Hermiston. 4-0 Bulldog lead. Ramirez dribbles it out of bounds. Tipped last, I think it was by Ramirez. They're going to give it to Hermiston, though.
Possession still belongs to Hermiston.
Sideline inbound. Cesar Ortiz to put it in play down on the baseline. Up top to Ramirez. 4-0 Hermiston lead. 2 minutes, 15 seconds into the contest. Ramirez coming right, leaves it. Ortiz tries a tray. Early ones off the front iron. Rebounded by Brandon Scott. Gives to Diego Gutierrez. Bounce pass near side. Cuevas down the left lane. Underneath, tipped out of bounds by Ortiz.
Ortiz has been playing some pretty good defense the last 3 games, Eric. He's really improved and wants to stay on that court as long as he can.
5:32 left in the first quarter. Handoff Diego Gutierrez circling into the paint. Draws some contact from Ramirez. Scott's got the rebound. Turns back. Floats it over the top of Ramirez. Way too hard. Rebound put back. Scott misses that one as well. Scott gets another rebound and kicks it up top. And coming across, Mendez has the steal. Down the far sideline for Hermiston. Mendez to the left side lay and goes. Mendez. Not coast to coast, but half the coast. 6-0 Hermiston. 3 minutes into the contest. Scott sets a high pick for Cuevas, the senior running the point guard position. Kicks left wing. Leggard 3 ball. Front iron off. And Andreessen fouled on the rebound by Brandon Scott. First on Pasco. as he slapped Andreessen on the arm. Pauses the clock with 4 minutes 54 seconds left in the first quarter.
Personal foul. First team foul on the Bulldogs, Pasco.
I do think that if you look at this Bulldog team, now it asks a lot of the 5 starters, but I think Casey Arstein's got the rotation figured out. Andreessen goes down baseline, floats up a 12-footer off the front iron. Diego Gutierrez has the rebound. 6-0 Hermiston, 4:35. Diego Gutierrez stops and picks up his dribble, top of the key. Inside Nicholas Gutierrez, coming to the right. Andreessen, partial block into the hands of Andrew James for Hermiston. Down the middle of the court, James will hesitate and kick to Ortiz. Ortiz works his way into the paint. He'll go right side, earn a foul. And Brandon Scott's going to put Cesar Ortiz on the line for 2 foul shots. With 4:21 left in the first quarter. It's the second foul on Pasco. Hermiston in front 6-0. I mean, we know Cole Smith's going to get most of the run off of the bench. We'll see a bit of Blake Davis. We'll see a bit of Sergio Madrigal. But the 5 out there right now, they're going to be asked to do quite a bit.
Yeah, they are. They're going to, as you were talking, here comes Cole Smith. They're going to have to try and work their way into their breaks by getting a lead, and that'll allow them to get a couple of breaks.
Ortiz makes the second of the 2 foul shots. And a 7-0 Hermiston advantage. Mendez is the one who came off for Cole Smith. So the 5-guard lineup to counter Pasco's 5-guard lineup. They pulled Scott off of the floor. Kick into the left corner. Diego Gutierrez tries the 3-ball. Front iron into the hands of Ortiz for Hermiston. Bulldogs looking to add to their 7-0 lead at the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Pasco pulled Scott off and put Sergio Avina, a 5'9 junior guard. Top of the key, Ortiz 3, nothing but the bottom, and then a timeout, Pasco. 10-0 Hermiston with 3:51 left in the first quarter. A 30-second timeout for Adam Berg to try to resort his team. Hermiston comes out not necessarily clicking on all cylinders, but enough cylinders.
Yeah, they are, and they'll learn. Pasco will learn after that one there. If you give Ortiz the opportunity to go ahead and set, and, you know, instead of catching that, Ortiz is a better shooter when he's able to turn, square up, and shoot. Not so much off the jump. And if you allow him to do that, and I have a feeling Pasco just learned a very good lesson, don't allow him to take that set shot like that, or he's going to bury it.
Ranch and Home scoreboard, just take a look at some of the other places where their games tonight. Includes the Roundup City, where Pendleton is hosting the Rex Putnam Kingsmen tonight. Riverside is at Stanfield. They're playing 2. Started with the boys this evening over there in Stanfield. Handoff up top, Lagarde circling to his right. He misses the layup. Foul on the miss, and 2 shots coming. So a chance for Lagarde to get Pasco on the scoreboard with 3:37 on the clock in the first quarter. Second foul on Hermiston. This one goes to Ryan Andreessen. Lagarde, the junior, righty shooter, rims out the first attempt. This Pasco team looking for a W. Last year, for Adam Berg's squad, rough as well. They went 3 of 20, including 1 of 13 in the MCC, to finish in last place. They're one of the 4A teams, along with Hanford, Richland, and Shiawana and Walla Walla. Kamaik and Kennewick, Hermiston, and Southridge are the 4 3A teams in the MCC. Andrew James kicks into the left corner for Ramirez. Ramirez sizes it up, kicks it across. Cole Smith steps into the right wing 3 off the back iron. Rebound pings around into the hands of Cuevas. For Pasco, he'll lob it up court. Diego Gutierrez chases it down in the left corner. Still 10-0 Hermiston as Lagarde went 0 for 2 on his trip. A foul before Gutierrez was able to put in the layup on Cole Smith, his first. 3rd team foul on the Hermiston Bulldogs. And with a 10-0 lead, Hermiston defends. 3:04 left in the first quarter. Diego Gutierrez to get in play. Needs somewhere to go. Throws it up towards half court. It's pinged away from Lagarde by Ortiz, but into the hands of Cuevas. Cuevas holding on the perimeter. Yo-yoing with his right hand. Throws near side. Diego Gutierrez. Head fake out around Andrew James. Drives in over the top of Ramirez. Misses the shot. Ramirez has the rebound for Hermiston. Spins and goes down the far sideline. Moves to the middle of the court. Kicks. Andrew James tries a three ball. Rims out. Rebounded on the backside by Avina. For Pasco to Diego Gutierrez. Rifles it up court to Nick Gutierrez. Kicks left corner. Lagarde 3. Front iron off. And Cole Smith's got the board. Still a 10-0 lead for Hermiston. 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Pace of the game a little bit hurried, it feels like. Underneath to Andreessen. Right side. Flips it up. Fouled. And Lagarde will pick up his first. Second team foul on Pasco. And send Ryan Andreessen to the line to take 2.
First personal foul, 13th foul. Ryan Andreessen.
Andreessen was a perfect 11 of 11 from the foul line on Tuesday night in Hermiston's win over Chiawana. Andreessen's going to get a break if he makes the second foul shot. He missed the first. Sergio Madrigal, the 5'10 junior, first-year varsity player, will come in for Andreessen, who does can the second, to extend Hermiston's lead to 11-0.
Sergio Madrigal.
And Eric, if we're seeing the effects of that sprained ankle, it was just what we saw on that last shot off the baseline. Normally, Andreessen goes up immediately with that shot. This time he gathered himself.
Cuevas airballs a three-pointer. He had a long time to look at. Hermiston the other direction with a lot of speed. Knocked out of bounds. Cuevas getting back.
But that's where we saw the effects down there. Was Andreessen normally when he catches it, it's automatically up. He doesn't gather himself to try and get it, and that's where we saw him have to get both feet underneath him for the jump.
Ortiz in the left corner. Step back three ball off the back iron. Diego Gutierrez has the rebound for Pasco. 2 minutes left first quarter. 11-0 Hermiston. Diego Gutierrez throws it underneath at the bucket. A foul on a missed shot by Nicholas Gutierrez. Well, Pasco's had some chances right at the rim. They cannot finish them.
Yeah, and that time they caught Cole Smith down underneath. It was a good little post-up, little fake and go, and he was able to go ahead and get by him.
Gutierrez hits the first, and Pasco is on the scoreboard. Cole Smith will come out. Ryan Andreessen, that was a brief break with 1:55 left in the first quarter. The junior Nicholas Gutierrez, 2 for 2. 11-2, Hermiston's advantage. 1:50 left in the first quarter. And Madrigal traveled, fell onto the floor, onto the ball, turns it back over.
Yeah, and that foul on Cole Smith, unfortunately, was his second, so that's going to make it that they're going to have to find another rotation for Andreessen to get his breaks.
Diego Gutierrez spins around and loses the handle. Foul called. Casey Arstein.
Wow,
he was barking there.
He just lost the ball on the dribble.
Andrew James called for the foul. 15 foul on Hermiston. First on Andrew, who has had some foul trouble issues through the first 4 games this season. Fouled out on Tuesday night. Lobbed in to Cuevas, who races towards half court to set things up for Pasco. 90 seconds left first quarter. Hermiston up by 9. Diego Gutierrez bounces it. Falling down is Madrigal into the lane. Nicholas Gutierrez can't finish. Rebounded by Ortiz, and now for Hermiston, Ramirez brings it across the timeline. Ramirez lost the handle, just bad dribble. Cuevas with the steal. Cuevas bounces. Diego Gutierrez down on the left block. Madrigal defended him really well to get there and cut him off and force him to lose his dribble. Diego Gutierrez has it back on top now with a minute left in the first. 11-2 the lead. Bodies flying all over the place. Diego Gutierrez right side lays it in. 11-4 with 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Ramirez walks it across the timeline for Hermiston. To Andreessen left wing. Andreessen pull up left elbow too hard. Then Nicholas Gutierrez fouled after the rebound. 16 foul on Hermiston. And it's Andreessen who picks up his second.
Second personal foul.
And Ortiz will get his first break. Adrian Mendez comes into the game. Casey Arstein looking down at his bench, and he'll put Cole Smith back into the contest as well to replace Andreessen.
Now, this is taking a chance with Cole Smith now, with his second already in the game.
Man-to-man for Hermiston, though. They've got Smith now out on Avina, the bench player. Legard circling, kicks to Avina, extra pass out on the right side. Interior pass poked away by Hermiston, picked back up. Nicholas Gutierrez turns to the hoop and lays it in. 11-6, Pasco clawing their way back in. 10 seconds left. Andrew James up top. Kicks left corner. 3 ball for Smith. Rims out. Rebounded by Ramirez. Puts it back up short. Pushed back up like a volleyball set by Mendez into the hoop to give Hermiston a 13-6 lead at the end of the first quarter. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And the Bulldogs lead by 7 as we go to the second after this 1-minute break on KOHU. 13-6 Hermiston lead as we start the second quarter at Hermiston High School, hosting the Pasco Bulldogs. Jordan Ramirez, Sergio Madrigal, Cesar Ortiz, Andrew James, and Adrian Mendez, the 5 on the floor for the Bulldogs of Hermiston High School against the Pasco Bulldogs. Cesar Ortiz works into the paint, kicks to Ramirez in the left corner, back up top Madrigal, extra pass to Andrew James. James will drive to the foul line, kick it back out. Ortiz tees the right wing 3, front iron it in. Cesar Ortiz has got 7, his second three-pointer of the night. For Hermiston, the lead is now 10. Diego Gutierrez, double-teamed at half court, rolls it and turns it over into the hands of Jordan Ramirez. Ramirez hesitates, draws a blocking foul, and they'll give him 2 shots on it, which seems generous because it felt like he put his shoulder down and drew the Lance Alaniz foul, the sophomore committing his first, before he got the shot up. But they're going to send Ramirez to the line, where Hermiston is 2 of 4 tonight.
The line with the Bulldogs and Jordan Ramirez. He'll shoot 2.
Bulldogs came out of the quarter break with a bit of trapping pressure there to try to get the ball out of Diego Gutierrez's hands. It worked that time.
Yeah, and that's what Hermiston needs to do. Go ahead and come in, and if he turns his back with the dribble, go ahead and slap the double team on him.
16-17 now to 6 lead for Hermiston. Right side for Ethan Legard. Leaves it for Gutierrez out into the left corner. Avina. Up top, Alaniz. He throws it away into the Hermiston student section. Changes for Pasco. They will return Moises Cuevas to the game, and we'll see Xavier Perez, another sophomore, for the first time. 5 seniors, but there's a handful of sophomores that contribute as well for this Pasco team. A minute into the second quarter, they trail by 11. Hermiston possessing. Ramirez, right side, handoffs to Madrigal. Madrigal coming to his left. Kicks. Ortiz tries the 3. The other side of the floor. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And Cesar Ortiz just too open.
Yeah, and like I said, if you give him an open shot for the set shot like that, and it's all over.
Missed runner by Gutierrez. Back out on top. Diego Gutierrez, 3 off the back iron. Madrigal's got the rebound. Gives to Andrew James. Up court to Mendez. Mendez works his way into the paint. Blocking foul. Count it. Plus the chance for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Adrian Mendez drew the bump Diego Gutierrez was just a tad late to try to get there for the charge, and so Mendez with the foul shot coming.
Diego Gutierrez, his first personal foul.
Adrian Mendez.
One more.
It's kind of a matchups thing. Chihuahua wasn't a great matchup for him. He didn't spend a ton of time on the floor. Kennock was a great matchup for him. He had, 12 points, I think, in that game.
Yes.
And he's got 9 right now as he splashes the foul shot to extend Hermiston's lead to 23-6. Bulldogs have scored 12 in a row. Diego Gutierrez, top of the key. Left open, drives. He'll step around Mendez and lay it in. 4 points for him. Ends the Hermiston scoring run. 6:07 left in the second quarter. 23-8 the scoreline. Jordan Ramirez between the rings. Yo-yos with his left hand. Coming to the left side. Hands off to Ortiz. Ortiz has already got 3 trays in this game. Ramirez up top. He'll drive and kick. Andrew James, extra pass to Ortiz. Ortiz got away with a walk. Spins around down the left lane. Misses the jumper. And it's tipped out. Stolen away. Ramirez takes it away from Cuevas. Ramirez goes to the rim and lays it in. Jordan Ramirez does not score a ton. It's not his job for this team. He's the distributor, and he always takes the toughest defensive assignment. Steal by Mendez. Coming the other direction. Mendez. Oh, called for a walk. 25-8. 5:25 left in the second quarter. Look clean.
Trying to figure out how you can go into a walk whenever it was a dribble and a 1-2 up.
Moises Cuevas lobs it all the way up court. Under the hoop, Perez. Underhand flips it to Diego Gutierrez and back out top to Cuevas. Gutierrez, left wing, 3 ball. Back iron too hard. Andrew James has the rebound on the backside. Almost 3 minutes gone in the second quarter. Timeout, give it to Casey Arstein. He'll take a full timeout with Hermiston in front 25-8. With 5:05 left in the second, we'll take the break as well. Back in 1 minute on AM 1360 KOHU. (25-8) Hermiston out of the Bulldog timeout. 5:05 left in the second quarter. Hermiston has the lead. See, that was one of those times I said Bulldog timeout. Didn't tell you which Bulldogs. Pasco and Hermiston. Hermiston took the timeout. Into Ortiz. Ortiz down to the left block. Offensive foul's going to be called. Oh, 7th team foul. First foul on Ortiz. Player control, so even though it's 7, Pasco just with the ball. Hermiston, some 1-2-2, full court pressure. Lob it to Legard across the timeline. Diego Gutierrez kicks left wing. Perez will try 3, splashes it. Xavier Perez, the sophomore, hits a 3-point shot. And Hermiston's lead is 25-11. Other end of the floor, Ortiz at the top of the key. Thought about trying to equalize with his own 3. Over to Andrew James. James works his way into the paint as he's falling. Flips it out to Ortiz on the right wing. Ortiz will drive, dump it underneath. Mendez misses at the rim. Rebound put back. He's fouled by Perez and goes to the line for 2 foul shots. 5th team foul on Pasco on Perez's first.
Fouls number 20, Xavier Perez for Pasco, his first personal foul. 16th foul. Adrian Mendez.
You know, the bad thing about Hermiston's last foul, Rick, and it's good that put us in the Pasco in the bonus for the remainder of the half. Hermiston's got one more with Mendez hitting his first of 2 free throws.
Mendez goes 2 for 2. And he's got 11. Hermiston's lead is 27-11. 4:13 left in the second quarter. Cuevas drives in left side. He walked, yes. Yeah. Down onto the left block. And so Hermiston's got it on the turnover. Ranch and Home scoreboard, a quarter in the books. Hanford and Kamiakin's boys are tied at 13. Cesar Ortiz, top of the key, 3 ball, rims around and out. Ramirez has the rebound, steps back to his left, draws a foul, and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Nice job that time by Ramirez. Probably the shortest guy on the court, getting that rebound to get a chance to go for a 2-point free throws here.
Well, he's got a couple of inches on Moises Cuevas. And if he's actually 6 feet tall like the program lists, he's an inch taller than Diego Gutierrez. He is 1 of 2 from the foul line, which is something that I can tell you is true for sure. Hermiston's lead is 28-11 with 3:45 left of the second quarter. Kick left corner, Cuevas drives baseline and has Ramirez foul him. Ramirez's first, 8th team foul on Hermiston, so Moises Cuevas will be at the foul line for a 1-and-1 opportunity.
Fouls on Hermiston, number 33, Jordan Ramirez. That's his first personal foul.
Matt Millett, a 6'5 senior, into the game for the first time. He'll replace Sergio Avina.
32, Moises Cuevas.
Cuevas hits the first and earns himself 1 more. Kamiakin girls win earlier tonight against the Hanford Falcons. Cuevas does can them both. His first 2 points of the game. Southridge girls lost by 20 at Walla Walla tonight. Ramirez kicks near side, Sergio Madrigal. Madrigal dumps it underneath. Mendez, partial block there by Nicholas Gutierrez, playing some good defense. Up court to Millett. Millett dumps it under the basket. Nathan Gutierrez draws a foul on Mendez and Nicholas Gutierrez, excuse me, not Nathan. 19 foul on Hermiston. And so more foul shots coming.
Number 34, Nicholas Gutierrez, shooting 2 for Pasco. And coming action now for the Hermiston Bulldogs, number 22, 6'4" junior Blake Davis.
Blake Davis going to come into the game for the first time.
And Nick Gutierrez missed both free throws.
Gutierrez can't hit, so 3:05 left of the second quarter. Double dribble by Jordan Ramirez. Casey Arstein told us in the pregame about the turnovers against Chihuahua. Way too many of them, he said about 75% were unforced. Just mistakes by Hermiston. And he tells us he's not really a stats guy, so he kind of is just humoring me when he gives me numbers like that, because he knows I am a stats person, and I think it's helpful to give some context. Sergio Madrigal calls for a foul, his first 10th team foul. And so Pasco's in the double bonus, but they're shooting quite poorly from the foul line. 2:51 left in the second quarter. 28-13 is the Hermiston advantage. Cuevas is a beacon of light for Pasco at the foul line. 3 for 3, 4 for 4. Jordan Ramirez brings it across the timeline into a walk with Hermiston in front, 28-15. 2:38 left. Blake Davis kicks it into the right corner for Madrigal. Back out of the corner, Andrew James up top. And Madrigal again lifts it up court to Ortiz. Ortiz drives and kicks. Blake Davis has it come through his hands, but he keeps it in play. Top of the key, Ramirez. Head fake it a drive. Ramirez dumps it underneath to Davis. Davis flings it off the bottom of the rim, rebounded by Millett. Millett finds Perez, who brings it to the front court. Diego Gutierrez has been a little bit quiet. Forces one up too hard off iron and into the hands of Ortiz. Andrew James brings into the front court for Hermiston. Foul line pull-up jumper, too hard. Blake Davis had the rebound, lost the rebound, stolen away by Nicholas Gutierrez. Lobs it to Diego Gutierrez. Sizes up a three, rattles it home. 28-18. A little bit of a lazy stint, and KCRC wants a 30-second timeout. I think that the message will be similar to kind of lazy right now, boys, but maybe with a bit more, I don't know, je ne sais quoi.
Yeah,
1:47 left in the second.
Actually, he looks pretty calm down there right now, and I think he understands that maybe this group out there is getting a little bit tired with having two of our main, people in foul trouble, with Cole Smith sitting down with two and Dreesen with two, and it makes it awful tough whenever, you're having to bring the other people in, and it kind of messed with our momentum that we had. There's just no continuity right now, and everybody, I'll say not everybody, most everybody is standing around watching Mendez go to work down underneath on the boards and Ortiz shoot from outside. Nobody else is taking a shot other than Jordan Ramirez and Ortiz that's on the court right now.
Minute 45 left in the second quarter, 28-18. Hermiston's lead out of their 30-second timeout. Andrew James catches left side, easy trip to the 10. And James has his first points of the game. Good play drawn out of that timeout. 90 seconds left in the first half. Don't forget, Maddie Wilson joins us at the Tom Denchel Ford Country Halftime Show. Big announcement. You'll hear it here first. Martinez down on the perimeter and a hand check foul called against Madrigal. I gotta be honest, the hand check stuff in the first half has been a little bit uneven. If you're gonna call it, call it. If you're not gonna call it, don't call it. But it's kind of like just back and forth. Cuevas misses the first. His first miss after 4 makes. Change for Pasco as Ethan Lagarde will come back into the game and give Nicholas Gutierrez a break. And Ryan Andreessen comes back into the game with 1 minute and 16 seconds left in the second quarter. Cuevas 0 for 2 trip. 30-18 Herm. Andreessen up top to James. James down the lane, fouled on his way there by Millett. Millett's first. 6 on Pasco. Andrew James at the foul line. 2 foul shots coming. Ranch and Home scoreboard. I think we have a Southridge Walla Walla update. Southridge, with a couple of minutes left before the half, had a 3-point lead at the last update we got on the Ranch and Home scoreboard. Millett out, and Nicholas Gutierrez got, I guess, enough time to sit down and take 3 breaths before he had to come back in the game. Oh, James missed them both. 30-18, the score line remains. 1 minute left in the first half. Right corner for Perez, who does have a 3-pointer, out to Diego Gutierrez. Pasco's leading scorer with 7. Perez into Gutierrez. Down the lane, blocked away by James, out to the far side. Perez gets it away from Hermiston, but it's stolen by Andreessen. Check that, Smith. Right side, Andrew James. He'll leave it for Ortiz. Ortiz splits 2 defenders, loses the ball. Diego Gutierrez, good defensive play by the senior. You can tell he's just got court savvy. Diego Gutierrez has played a ton of varsity basketball for Pasco. I mean, it hasn't always been fun, probably. 3-20 last year. Pasco has been a while since they've had a really good program there, but Diego Gutierrez has been one of those beacons for them in the night. Skip into the right corner. Lagarde there, 5 seconds left. Pings out. Nicholas Gutierrez picks it up, flips it up, and in, and that will bring us to the halftime break. Hermiston's lead is 30-20 as we go into the locker rooms. At one point, the Bulldogs were up 20-6, but Pasco was able to restore a little bit of order to go into the locker room down by just 10. Tom Mitchell Ford Country halftime show is coming up. When we come back, Maddie Wilson will join us here on AM 1360 KOHU in 2 minutes.
We will have the final, that is right, the final of the Winter Ping Pong Tournament here at Hermiston High School. Earlier during halftime of the girls' game, we had the semifinals.
Huh? Yeah.
Defeated Violet Mitchell, a sophomore, by a score of 11-4.
Can you hear me okay? Okay, great.
A senior defeated Ireland McDonough, also a senior, by a score of 11-9. And so we will have the final, Caleb Crafton versus Seth Pruitt. First to 11 is going to be the winner.
Give me about a minute.
I believe they're getting the warm-up in now as Mr. Rorman and compadres get the net in place. Oh, ready to start. Mr. Crafton will start service first. Fancy spin by Crafton. Grabs the early once early.
Tom Mitchell Ford Country halftime show from Hermiston High School. Hermiston boys have a 30-20 lead over the visiting Pasco Bulldogs. All right, I've been working on this one for a while now. The Eagle has landed. Thanks for laughing, I appreciate that. Maddie Wilson joins us now. Later this coming week, you're going to sign your letter of intent. Nice ceremony. There's cake and everything.
Yep.
But you have made your decision. We're just not going to be on the air again until after Christmas. So I wanted to talk to you now. And so you hear it here first. Tell us about your decision. You're going to continue your track career.
Yeah, so Eastern Washington is such a great school. I got to tour there, and just the campus, the team, the coaches, everything there was just amazing. My first experience was awesome, and I'm so excited to be a part of the team next year.
So how much of a slam dunk was it, to steal a term from a sport you used to play?
It was good. Yeah.
So you've been a really good hurdler here at Hermiston. Is that what you're doing? Are you a hurdler for life now?
Yeah, so I'm going to do the heptathlon, which is the 7 events. So, yep, definitely a hurdler for life, yeah.
So when you think about that, adding events, what goes into your preparations this year? Do you start doing some of the field events as well?
Yep, so a lot of my meets will be determined around what events I need to work on. So I'll definitely get a variety of events I get to do over the season, so I'm really excited.
Eastern Washington, relatively local. Was it important to stay kind of in the region for you?
It honestly wasn't super important. I mean, I would have gone anywhere. So, yeah, Eastern was a good choice, though.
When did you get a sense that college track and field was a possibility, if not a probability for you?
It was definitely at state last year. So my junior year, I definitely just the environment and competing and knowing that I could do, so much more, and I want to take it to the next level. So, yeah.
This idea of, you got to win OSA state championship now in Washington. How does that change your mentality as you get ready to be in the WIAA in track and field?
It definitely is a big change. It's really kind of, I'll train the exact same, but it's just a different mindset going into all of our meets. And I mean, there's different rules and different regulations and everything, but I'm really excited for this step.
You have, I saw you during football season all the time when I was at practices. You've been working a ton. What are you working on? What do you have to get better at?
Definitely my field events, which is, very new to me, so definitely have to work on that. But mostly just my technique. I really want to break down my hurdling just so I can get faster and over those hurdles quicker.
Do you miss basketball?
I do. I really do, but I think it was the best decision to focus on track, and I love coming here just to support the girls.
So Eastern Washington University for track, but student athlete, what do you want to study?
I want to be an elementary school teacher. I want to study elementary school, and then I want to minor in Spanish.
Is there a teacher or teachers that you've had over the years in the Hermiston School District that kind of helped influence that decision? How do you come on teaching first?
Oh, absolutely. So I grew up in an educational home. My parents were both teachers and principals. But definitely, as I got into middle school and high school, just seeing how much the teachers cared about students, and I just wanted to be like that. Mr. Lambert is one of the big ones, and I love going to his class. He's such a great teacher. Also, Emily Stroh, she's such an amazing teacher too. So, yeah.
She's also the track and field coach. What's it been like? You've had a couple of years to develop a relationship with her. What is that coach-athlete relationship like with Coach Stroh?
She's absolutely awesome. She definitely has built up our girls program so much, and I look up to her for that. She is such an inspiration, and our relationship has grown tremendously over the 3 years, and I just am excited to go through this year with her.
How much did it help? She's a college athlete.
It was great just hearing advice from her, and as I'm going into my college career, it's so nice to have someone who's been there, who's done that I can ask questions to and help me get over anything that I faced.
Well, so it's Wednesday. You're going to sign the letter of intent.
Yep.
Little after-school celebration here at Hermiston High. Maddie, appreciate the time and congratulations as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Maddie Wilson with us here on the Tom Mitchell Ford Country halftime show. On her way in a while to Cheney, Washington, Eastern Washington University. Halftime here, the Hermiston boys lead 30-20. We'll get you first half statistics. Come back for the second half at Hermiston High School after this 2-minute break on the Tom Mitchell Ford Country halftime show on AM 1360 KOHU. Baseline inbound. Diego Gutierrez to put it in play for Pasco. Bounce it in. Cuevas catches on the block and kicks it back on the perimeter. Diego Gutierrez, left wing, 3-ball. Front iron off and rebounded by Ortiz. 11-point lead for Hermiston, a little more than a minute into the third quarter. Andrew James up top, near side. Jordan Ramirez kicks into the corner. Mendez leaves it for Ramirez. Down on the baseline, kicks it across. Right corner, 3-ball for Ortiz. Off the back iron, Andreessen skies for the rebound. Back out on top to Andrew James. Andrew James will give it to Ramirez. Hermiston with a new 30-second shot clock will reset. Right side for Ortiz, near side James. On the perimeter, he'll drive and kick. Left corner, Mendez. Mendez works into the paint. Head fake and a kick. Ortiz, right corner. Andrew James, 3-ball. Oh, well off the front iron. Diego Gutierrez has the rebound coming the other direction for Pasco. Pasco Bulldogs down by 11, make it 9. At the basket, Nicholas Gutierrez finishes. He's got 2 buckets in this quarter. 6 minutes left in the third. Under the basket, Mendez tries a high off the glass reverse. It's off iron. And down 33-24. Other end, missed layup right at the lane by Lagarde. Rebound, put back Scott. His first points of the game. And a lethargic start for Hermiston. 5:40 left in the third quarter. Their lead is 33-26. Andrew James, Jordan Ramirez on the perimeter, passing back and forth. Now left corner for Ortiz. Hermiston's leading scorer, Mendez has 11, Ortiz has 10. Andreessen with 3, James with 5 after a 3-pointer in this quarter. Jordan Ramirez in the lane, floats one up over the top of the defense. He's got 6 now. And it's 35-26, 5:08 left in the third quarter. Diego Gutierrez drives, his pass is kicked out of bounds off of the hands of Ortiz. It'll stay Pasco ball. 9-point Hermiston lead, 5:04 left in the third quarter. Bulldogs have led for the entirety, but Pasco's been clawing their way back into this one, or at least trying. They are trying to find their first win of the 2018-2019 campaign. Backdoor pass, Cuevas throws it over his head on a 360 spin out of bounds because Nicholas Gutierrez really wasn't expecting that. And conversations like, you're at the rim.
Yeah. And you have Andreessen in the air, so put the ball towards the hoop.
4:48 left in the third quarter. Andreessen has it on the left wing. He'll drive, cut off well. Good defense by Lagarde. Andrew James muscles his way into the lane. +1, chance for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Andrew James, good kick.
Now the basket by Andrew James, and he was fouled on the play.
Scott on the foul.
By number 40, Brandon Scott. That's his third personal foul.
Scott's third. He was limited in the first half with foul trouble.
One more.
And Andrew James, well, before his foul shot, they'll come get Scott and replace him with Sergio Avina. Missed the foul shot. Andrew is 0 for 3 at the foul line. He's got 7 though, and Hermiston's got a 37-26 lead. 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Between the rings, Diego Gutierrez holding. Now it'll start to yo-yo. Throw far sideline to Cuevas. Cuevas has run the point the last couple of games according to KCR's team, but it's been a lot more Diego Gutierrez tonight, who catches in right corners. Adam Berg, the head coach, turns away, make sure he doesn't get hit. It's kind of a little bit of a lack of trust there in the passing for your team if you're worried you're going to get domed by one. Jordan Ramirez the other end, draws a foul. Good attack by Ramirez, going coast to coast there. Foul on Pasco, their second.
Fouls on Pasco, number 32.
And it'll be Cuevas who picks up his second.
Jordan Ramirez.
So Jordan Ramirez gets to take a couple. He's already made 2 of 4 from the line. True on the first. Casey Arstein switching defenders around. Bulldogs had some success with a 1-2-2 full court in the second quarter. Ramirez gets them both.
There it goes again. That's exactly what they needed to do.
Halfway point of the third, 39-26. Rifle into the right corner for Avina. Avina drives baseline and turns it over. The other direction, Mendez for Hermiston takes it to 10+1. Chance for a three-point play the old-fashioned way. Adrian Mendez. Steal, and then the other end of the floor's got a chance. After the foul by Diego Gutierrez, his second. Third team foul on Pasco. And prior to the foul shot for Mendez, a full timeout for Pasco. Trailing 41-26 with 3:47 left in the third. We'll take a 1-minute break on AM 1360 KOHU. Three minutes and 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Hermiston's lead is 41-26, but Adrian Mendez is at the foul line, trying to complete a three-point play. He got fouled on a nice steal and drive. He hits it. 14 for Mendez. He'll come out of the game, and Cole Smith will replace him. And Hermiston shows that 1-2-2. Full court trapping pressure. Near sideline for Cuevas into the front court, gives it to Avina. Avina back to Cuevas at the top of the key. Kick left side, Legard. Back to Cuevas. Cuevas comes to his left. Legard down onto the baseline. Gutierrez to the 10. Can't get the lay-in. Rebound by Avina. Kicks it out. Diego Gutierrez, right corner, three goes. He's got 10 points, 42-29, and Hermiston turns it over with 3:17 left in the third quarter. Their lead at 13. The Hermiston coaching staffs, both the boys and girls coaching staffs, went to a Nike camp. And I remember talking to Juan Rodriguez about one of the impacts of the shot clock is listening to the Portland State coach talk about it. Cuevas, Gutierrez, another three in the right corner. He hits same spot. Two in a row, 42-32 the score line. Just to finish the thought, one of the things the Portland State coach stressed was the full court pressure, the 1-2-2. It just forces more time off the shot clock, and it makes the team get into their offense a little bit later and have a little bit less time to set up. And so using the shot clock as a defensive tool. Ball knocked out of bounds by Pasco on the baseline, and Hermiston will inbound from there.
Yeah, that's a good ploy. I mean, anytime you can force a team to take a hurried shot because you play some good defense, that's a plus for your team because they won't be on balance.
The other thing that the Portland State coach, Juan Rodriguez, is telling me about really stressed was they allow for the skip to the other side. They defend the middle and the ball, and they want the skips because those are long passes that take a lot of time off the clock. They don't care if they don't get a steal on it. Cole Smith out to Madrigal. Madrigal goes to work, kicks into the left corner. Smith a three ball at the buzzer, and there's a shot clock violation on Hermiston. Said Madrigal, that was Ramirez, but either way, Smith couldn't hit the three. And Hermiston will turn it over with 2:17 left in the third. Their lead is 10 right now at 42-32. Diego Gutierrez on the far sideline. Bounces back. Cuevas at the line and lays it in +1. Chance for a three-point play the old-fashioned way for the Pasco point guard. It's his first field goal of the game. And that one is on Madrigal, his third. Two team fouls on Hermiston with 2:06 left in the third quarter. Cuevas, his first field goal of the game. The senior point guard will size up this foul shot to cut it to 7, and he does. He's got 7. Andrew James will check back into the game for Madrigal. So it's Ramirez and Ortiz in the backcourt to bring the ball up. Smith, Andreessen, and James waiting for Hermiston. Their lead down to 42-35 with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. They've led the entire time by as many as 14. Left baseline, James out to Andreessen. They circle around the perimeter. Cole Smith will drive to the 10. Hard off the glass, and it rattles home. Cole Smith's first points of the game. 44-35. Minute and 35 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Right wing for Avina in traffic. He'll take it right around Smith and lay it in. First points of the game for Avina. And Casey Arstane can kind of feel the frustration mounting with the defense giving up free ones, and then the bad turnovers the other end. Arstane's behind his own bench. Other end of the floor, Nicholas Gutierrez can't finish, and Hermiston's got it. Ramirez up court to Ortiz. Ortiz, right corner for Smith. Head fake and a leave it. Ortiz in front of the student section. Sizes up a 3. Front iron short. Not enough legs. Cuevas with the rebound. Minute left in the third. Hermiston's lead is 44-37. Left corner. Lagarde to make it a 4-point game. Rattles out the 3. Andreessen with the rebound. Gets from Ramirez and Hermiston. 47 on the game clock. 29 on the shot clock. Slowly into the front court. Hermiston cheerleaders start a "We Want a Basket" chant. They're not the only ones. Ramirez on the right wing. Top of the key. Andreessen tees a tray. Front iron around and out. And then a foul over the back by Cole Smith, his third. Third team foul on Hermiston in the second half. So you look at Andreessen, and how much is that ankle bothering him? We don't know for sure, but contrast 29 on Tuesday night in the win over Chiawana to just 3 tonight.
Yeah, just, it looks like it's hampering them a little bit, but they're just not getting them the ball like they did the other night in a pure shooting motion. 25
seconds left third quarter, 44-37. Smith comes out, and Sergio Madrigal comes back in for Hermiston. Diego Gutierrez yo-yoing the ball in the jump circle. Pasco will hold for last shot, 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. Diego Gutierrez out onto the right wing against Andreessen. He'll drive and kick left side. 3 ball for Perez. Rolls it in at the buzzer. And Hermiston's lead is 44-40 as we go into the fourth quarter. After this 1-minute break, it's Bulldog basketball on AM 1360 KOHU. Hermiston 44, Pasco 40. We start the fourth quarter at Hermiston High School. I'm Eric, he's Sonny. They're both the Bulldogs. Hermiston starting with the possession. Andrew James to Cesar Ortiz on the right side. Near side, Jordan Ramirez. He'll try a 3-point shot. Swishes it. 11 points for Jordan Ramirez. 47-40. The other end, quick lay-in for Perez. He's got 8. 47-42. Just 25 seconds into the fourth quarter. Near sideline, Andrew James dumps it underneath. Mendez at the 10, easy lane. Mendez has got 16. Great assist by Andrew James. 49-42, 7:20 on the clock, fourth quarter. Larry Usher out onto the floor. Somebody from the student section lost something. He gets it back in play. Other end, Cuevas hits a three. Cuevas got 10. Pasco's hit 4 3-pointers here in the second half, and Hermiston's lead is 4 again, a minute into the fourth quarter. Ramirez leaves for Ortiz. Back to Ramirez. Ortiz, right side, guarded by Diego Gutierrez. Jordan Ramirez, 12 seconds on the shot clock, will work his way into the lane and is fouled before a kick into the corner. Ortiz rattles home a three that doesn't matter. Boy, we lost a lot. Did somebody lose a package of M&Ms on the floor on the far side?
That's the fourth team.
Ortiz the inbound on the baseline on that foul on Perez, his second, and the 14th foul. Left corner, 3-ball for Andrees. It is short. 49-45, Hermiston's lead, 90 seconds into the fourth. Diego Gutierrez straight on, pull-up three to cut it to one, off iron, well left. Mendez has the rebound for Hermiston. He'll find Jordan Ramirez. Ramirez walks it across the timeline. He'll switch positions with Andrew James up top. 2 guards up top with Pasco in a box and one. Ryan Andreessen is being chased all over the floor by Ethan Lagarde. Left corner for Ramirez. Ramirez drives under the basket, tries to flick it up. Foul on the rebound. I think Ortiz is going into the book on this one. He is, his second. 14 foul on Hermiston with 6:02 left in the fourth quarter. 49-45 is the scoreline. Some intrigue in the Kamiakin-Hanford game. Hanford's leading scorer has like 37 points, and it's a Hanford 59-40 lead over the Kamiakin Braves.
Wow.
Cuevas at the top of the key, coming to his left, and a bump. And Ramirez is called for the foul, his third. 15 foul on Hermiston. Can you pull up the stats so I can find that guy's name?
This is their personal foul. 15 foul.
It's Connor Woodward who's going crazy against Kamiakin. Here, Diego Gutierrez trying to pull Pasco back into it, down by 4. With 5:30 left in the fourth quarter, Gutierrez has 13. Cuevas, the point guard's got 10. Right corner, Perez has got 8, and that 3-ball is off iron. Pasco's trying to get back into this on one shot, but they're down by 4. They could get to the rim if they wanted. Pass behind Andreessen, turned over. Lagarde gets it to Diego Gutierrez. He'll bring it into the front court. 49-45, the score is still frozen there. Right corner, Perez, 3, high arcing shot off the front iron. Ortiz got another rebound. Up court to Ramirez, and another timeout for Casey Arstein. He'll leave himself just 2 with 4:58 left in the fourth quarter. 49-45. Bulldogs of Hermiston are just not quite on all their cylinders tonight. This box and one that Pasco's running right now to just try to take Ryan Andreessen out of the game has made it interesting for the other 4 guys to figure out how they're going to attack 4-on-4.
Yeah, you know, Hermiston, I mean, Hermiston's even up with them in the fourth period here, but it was that third quarter where Pasco really put it on us out there, you know, to hurt us and take that lead back down to where it was manageable for it. You know, when we only scored 14 and they had their 20, that was pretty rough. And right now we have got to make sure that we get a good shot right now. Got to make sure we get a good shot right now, and it doesn't matter. I mean, how much time we take off the clock, and maybe that's where we're going down the wrong route right now. Is we're trying to take some extra time off the clock. If we can get the good shot, like to dump into Mendez as we've been going all game long, then take it when it's there. Don't delay until that shot clock gets down low.
By the way, just since we're on Connor Woodward-Roch right now, I don't have his exact numbers, but he's in the upper 30s. He's got a high of 45 this season. Andreessen cut off on the baseline. Back out on top, Andrew James, near sideline to Ramirez. Ramirez leaves it, Andreessen to James. Ortiz, right side. Step back, 3 ball. Back iron. Diego Gutierrez lobs it into the right corner. Lagarde into the far corner for Perez. Back out on top. Diego Gutierrez there. 4:25 left fourth. Ramirez pokes a ball away from Cuevas, but it'll be off of Ramirez last. And so Pasco will keep possession, down by 4. Scoreboard has been frozen at 49:45 for a couple of minutes of game clock now. Lob it into the backcourt. Cuevas catches it there. Ramirez will let him bring it into the front court without harassing him. Cuevas bounces, left elbow extended to Gutierrez. Gutierrez spins. He'll be cut off by Andrew James. Good defense by James. And Gutierrez blocked by James. Gutierrez gets it back under the basket and flings it up top. Cuevas coming left. Flings it off the backboard. Rebound loose on the floor as he's coming to the floor. Nicholas Gutierrez throws it up and is fouled. And as he's going to the floor, he's fouled by Jordan Ramirez. Jordan's 4th, 6th-team foul. And Casey Arstein has walked to the other end of the bench to get himself a drink out of the Gatorade cooler. 4:01 left in the 4th quarter. Adam Berg is currently being told about the coach's box, which I don't know if it's a jovial conversation about the location of the coach's box or not. He's not really like overly animated or anything. He's just, there. 4:01 left. The first foul shot does go down for Sergio Avina. And his second, it was not Avina, it was Gutierrez, who has 10 now, as he made them both. Hermiston's lead is 2, 49-47, under 4 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Andrew James between the rings. The Bulldogs trying to stay undefeated. They're 4-0. Pasco looking for their first win of the season. Adrian Mendez poked away by Cuevas into the hands of Diego Gutierrez. Bounce pass up court, pass Lagarde out of bounds.
That was a nice pass. Lagarde just couldn't pick it back up. It even came up to above the waist for him. And that had an opportunity to have a sweet lay-in.
Xavier Perez will come out with 8 points. Brandon Scott, the starting 6'5" junior forward, will come in. He's been very limited in minutes tonight with foul trouble. He's got 3 out there right now with 3:33 left in the 4th. Andreessen, top of the key, comes right to the 10, righty lane, over the rim. Scott rebound, fouled on the rebound. Jump ball. Ooh.
Wow.
All right, jump ball, Pasco's possession. Scott saying, but my hands were on it. Sir? Still Pasco ball. Diego Gutierrez. Pasco could take a lead here with a 3. 3:19 left in the 4th. Gutierrez throws it all the way into the right corner. Nicholas Gutierrez 3, swishes it. Pasco's in front for the first time tonight, 50-49. They're on an 8-0 run, 3:05 left. Pasco fans starting to get noisy. The 0-5 Pasco Bulldogs pressuring the 4-0 Hermiston Bulldogs. Ortiz left wing 3. A front iron off. Cuevas has the rebound. Adam Berg says, slow down. 2:50 left in the 4th quarter. They're going to milk some clock. Diego Gutierrez standing in the jump circle with Andrew James out there on him. Not close enough for the closely guarded count. Hand off to Lagarde. Lagarde coming to his right. Stuck, bounced on the baseline. Scott drives under the hoop. Kicks it. Gutierrez left corner 3. Front iron around and out. Mendez has the rebound for Hermiston. 2.5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Bulldogs of Pasco up by 1 here in Hermiston. And Casey Arstein will take his second to last timeout. 2:21 left in the 4th. Pasco 50, Hermiston 49. We'll take a break. Back in a minute on AM 1360 KOHU. 2 minutes, 21 seconds left in regulation. Pasco 50, Hermiston 49. Hermiston has 1 timeout remaining. Pasco's got 3. Andrew James, top of the key, throws it inside to Andreessen. It's knocked away from him. Foul called as they were chasing down the ball. And was it Andreessen or Cuevas? It will be Cuevas who's called for the foul. His third. 5 team fouls on Pasco, 6 on Hermiston. Ortiz to inbounds, got to get in, lobs it all the way into the backcourt. Andrew James will let it go into the backcourt and chase it down there. Andreessen, Ramirez, Mendez, James, who misses his shot, gets his own rebound, called for a traveling violation. And Larry Usher is going wild on the baseline. He shot the ball, and you can catch a missed shot, even if it's an air ball. And they called it a traveling violation. That's just a wrong call. You can catch a missed shot, and they just straight missed it. Cuevas has it. Into the front court, he'll walk it. Under 2 minutes remaining now. High pick from Nicholas Gutierrez. Cuevas goes the other direction. Into the left corner. Now he'll circle back on up top. Andreessen guarding him. Kicks it to the top of the key. Lagarde there. Bounce past Diego Gutierrez, their top scorer. Coming left. Now he'll circle back up top. 9 on the shot clock. Pasco trying to milk everything out of this thing. And a closely guarded 5-second call. James was with him the whole time. Diego Gutierrez never cleared his space. Good defense there by Andrew James.
Yeah.
His shoulder's not right. We know it's not right. It's affected his shot. But defensively and some of the intangible things he does, Hermiston has to have him on the floor. Backdoor pass, Andreessen at the 10, floats it up and in +1. Chance for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Ryan Andreessen and Diego Gutierrez trying to call all the Pasco Bulldogs together before the foul shot. Little team huddle right here. He sees how close this team is, and a full timeout taken by his head coach before Andreessen's foul shot comes. Andreessen, his first points since the first quarter. His first field goal since like the first or second shot of the entire game to go in.
His first shot of the game.
And now Hermiston's back out in front. It's a 51-50 lead with the Pasco timeout. 1 minute and 23 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter.
See now, the 2 officials that were involved in that no call, in the traveling call, Andrew James, are discussing it right now. And I think they both know that they missed it. Yep, just by their mannerisms.
I mean, Andrew James took an obvious shot. It was a runner in front of the foul line, and he shorted it so bad it was an air ball, and he caught it. But if you shoot the ball, you can catch it again.
Yeah, the only time you can't do it is off a dribble.
Yeah, you can't pass it to yourself. You can't. It's either a double dribble or it's a traveling violation, but you can shoot and miss and catch it. Andreessen hits the foul shot. Just 6 tonight, but it's a 52-50 lead. Hermiston, can they escape Pasco's bid for their first win of the season? Hermiston's 4-0. With 1 minute 15 left, they've got a 52-50 lead. Poke away by Ortiz. Ortiz works his way to the 10, lays it in, plus the foul. And it's a chance for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
They called it on the floor, though. The offside official.
Count the bucket, 1 shot.
Okay, they did count it. Offside official was pointing to the floor.
No, he was telling the near side it went in. The foul is on Lagarde, his third. 1 minute 11 left. Ortiz has 13. He made the foul shot. 55-50. Diego Gutierrez brings it into the front court. Nicholas Gutierrez hit a couple of threes here in this quarter. Diego Gutierrez down the right lane, takes it to the 10 and lays it in. A minute left. The ball gets knocked out at a timeout. They'll take the 30-second variety. Now Pasco's got one timeout remaining. Diego Gutierrez with 15. 55 to 52. 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Connor Woodward's got 35. Hanford is running away from the Kamiakin boys after the Kamiakin girls dominated the Hanford Falcons earlier on this evening. We know Walla Walla beat the Southridge girls by 20. The boys' game's been back and forth. Chiawana and Richland we don't have anything on, but they're playing tonight at Chiawana High School. Pasco's going to Chiawana. No, Pasco's hosting Chiawana tomorrow night. Hermiston is going to Davis up in Yakima. It will be a off night for us here on the radio tomorrow night. No coverage from AC Davis tomorrow night. 55 seconds left. Hermiston leading 55 to 22. Ortiz loses the handle, gets it to Ramirez in the backcourt. Ramirez gets it across the timeline just before the 10-second call, and a foul on Cuevas up top. 7th-team foul on Pasco, and so Jordan Ramirez at the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. Xavier Perez comes in, Nicholas Gutierrez comes in, Scott and Avina out. So 3-point shooters all over the floor for Pasco. Ramirez is 4 of 6 from the charity stripe tonight. Missed it. Diego Gutierrez has the rebound. Hermiston by 3. Diego Gutierrez leaves it for a trailing Nicholas Gutierrez. Head fake and a drive. Stuck in their lane. Kicks it back out. Diego Gutierrez 3. Switches it to tie the game. 55 apiece. Each team has one timeout. 30 seconds left. The shot clock is off. Cesar Ortiz will walk it into the front court, and Casey Arstein will take his last timeout. 24.6 seconds remaining. And it's tied at 55. Win number 5 for Hermiston's not going to come easy if it comes at all tonight. Pasco girls already won this evening, 68 to 54. Pasco boys trying to get win number 1 on what has been a rocky start to the year for Adam Berg's team. They lost to Mariner 68 to 54 in the opener. Lost to North Creek 54 to 43 on December 1st. Eisenhower got them by 5, 60 to 55. Walla Walla a 16-point win last Friday. And on Tuesday night, they lost to Kennewick 60 to 55. Hermiston wins over LeGrand and Lewiston in non-conference action. Won at Kennewick a Saturday ago to open up their MCC account with a W. Tuesday night, the big home win over the big Chiawana team. They'll go to Davis tomorrow night, but before they go there, looking for a win tonight. Shot clock's off, 24.6 seconds remaining. Pasco does have 8 fouls, so a foul would put Hermiston at the line for the 1-and-1. Bulldogs have 6 fouls, so a foul by them will put Pasco at the line for 1-and-1. Ramirez will bring it into the front court for Hermiston. Ramirez, right side, double high pick at the top of the key. He leaves it for Ortiz. 10 seconds left. Ortiz backing up. 8 seconds left. Ortiz has got to go. 6 seconds left. Ortiz right side. Hoists a 3. Back iron off. Rebound put back by Ramirez. Got hammered. No whistle. James has it knocked out of his hands. That brings us to the end of regulation. Overtime in Hermiston. I thought Ramirez got hit as he put up that rebound putback. That can't be what Hermiston wanted to get with 24 seconds left. Was a contested fadeaway 3-point shot by Cesar Ortiz, but it's what they got. 55 apiece as we go into overtime number 1. Win 5 is going to be really hard to get, apparently.
Yes, it is, and I was kind of surprised, Eric, that they brought Mendez out from behind, down on the post. He has been so good down there at sliding into the into the slot. Just really surprised they didn't keep him down there.
So 4 minutes. Each team gets an extra timeout. Hermiston's got 1. Pasco's got 2.
And you start with a jump ball. Jump ball to start off.
Ryan Andreessen will be in the jump circle. Adrian Mendez, Hermiston's leading scorer with 16. Cesar Ortiz has 13. Jordan Ramirez with 11. And Andrew James with 7. For Pasco, Brandon Scott in the jump circle, Moises Cuevas, Diego Gutierrez, Ethan Lagarde, and Nicholas Gutierrez. Starting 5 back out there for both teams. Waiting for the ready to play. Adam Berg working the officials about how the team is set up for the jump. There's all sorts of stuff that's out on the floor. We've seen players and cheerleaders and Larry Usher all out there getting something or other at various points. Andreessen and Scott to tip, and Scott wins the tip, but into the hands of Jordan Ramirez. Bulldogs attacking right to left. Andrew James, top of the key. Ramirez, James right wing, 3-ball, rattles it home. Andrew James cans it. And the Bulldogs lead 58-55 to start off overtime. Diego Gutierrez kicks to the right corner. Nick Gutierrez gets an extra pass. He was open in the right corner. Cuevas at the foul line, stuck there, lobs it back out on top. Diego Gutierrez coming left, spins around against James, stuck down on the baseline. Scott's 12-footer rattles home. He's got 4 first points here since the third quarter. 58-57, Hermiston by 1. It is obvious Pasco's going to melt as much time off shot clock as they can. They want to shorten this game. Near sideline, Andreessen catches down on the baseline, cut off well by Lagarde, who's had him in boxing 1 at times tonight. As Pasco has tried all sorts of ways to keep the second leading scorer in the Mid-Columbia Conference at 21 points a game off of the board. Ramirez will drive into the lane, loses the handle. Mendez picks it up at the hoop, can't tip it in. Tip back by Andreessen. No, Mendez rebound, put back. Mendez has 18. 60-57. 2:44 left in the fourth quarter. Hermiston led almost this entire game, but Pasco rallied. An 8-0 run in the fourth allowed them to take a 50-49 lead. Near sideline, Nicholas Gutierrez drives, cut off by Mendez. Needs somebody to come get it from him. Flips it back out on the perimeter for Cuevas. Hermiston by 3. Cuevas, high pick from Scott, won't use it. Kicks it left corner. Tipped out, last touch by Ramirez.
Ooh.
I think that was right. I don't think Lagarde got his hand on it. Timeout for Berg. There's only 6 seconds left on the shot clock, so he's got to use a timeout here. Down 60-57 with 2:17 left in the fourth quarter. We'll take the full as well. Here in 60 seconds, we're back with overtime action on AM 1360 KOHU.
Don't you get an extra timeout in overtime? We didn't get ours on the board.
They're fixing it right now. (60-57), 2:17 left in overtime. Scoreboard's a little bit behind. It says period 4, but we're in overtime. Each team's got 1 timeout remaining. Diego Gutierrez gets in it, throws it away. Ryan Andreessen trying to chase it down. Bats it back towards half court. It's an over and back as Cesar Ortiz was still in the backcourt. Andreessen in the front court had batted it back, and because Ortiz wasn't fully established in the front court, that makes it over and back.
Okay, my question is, there was no possession on a batted ball.
It's touched by Hermiston.
No, that doesn't matter if it's even on a block shot.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's over now. 2:02 left. Hermiston by 3. Diego Gutierrez coming right side. Down the lane. Misses the lane. Tip back up towards the rim. Picked up by Mendez, and he's fouled by Diego Gutierrez. Gutierrez commits his third. It's the 9th team foul on Pasco. That doesn't reset. So it's a 1-and-1 opportunity.
The line shooting 1-and-1 for the Bulldogs, number 34, Adrian Mendez.
Mendez has 18 points tonight. He's made all 4 foul shots. Now he's made all 5. I think the act of, it was an intentional bat, which suggests you're doing something on purpose into the backcourt.
No, but it still doesn't matter. I mean, it has to be completely controlled to be able to change the shot clock.
Mendez 2 for 2 makes it 62-57 with 1:50 left in the fourth quarter. Moises Cuevas, crossover, bouncing, left corner, Gutierrez 3-ball, front iron off, Andreessen has a rebound tipped away from him, foul called. And so Ryan Andreessen will get to walk the other end of the floor, 10th foul on Pasco. And so 2 shots coming on the foul against Cuevas. And Cuevas is just fouled out of the game. He'll finish with 10 points. 5 of 7 from the foul line, and he made 1 3-pointer. Adam Berg has 30 seconds to make his sub. Lance Alaniz, a sophomore, will come replace Cuevas. Andreessen was 11 of 11 on Tuesday night with his 29 points in the win over Chiawana. He's 2 of 3 tonight from the line. He makes the first. And now the Bulldogs have a more comfortable lead with 1:38 left. Andreessen's second is good as well to extend the lead to 64-57. Hermiston has scored 6 straight. Diego Gutierrez, 18 points, 11 of which came in the second half. Down inside, Nicholas Gutierrez is fouled. And it's the 7th-team foul on Hermiston, so it'll be a 1-and-1 situation on Cesar Ortiz third. 4 of 6 for Nicholas Gutierrez at the foul line. And his first is good. He's got 11. Sergio Avina in. Lance Alaniz out. And an offense-defense switch for Adam Berg. This Pasco team, they're trying to find their first win of the season. Gutierrez good on both. Hermiston's lead is back down to 5 with 1:25 remaining. Now it's their turn to milk shot clock. 1:20 left. They should use about as much of that 35 as they can, unless the shot is just too good to pass up. That is not a shot from outside the perimeter. 15 on the shot clock. Andrew James up top. A head fake and a drive. Bounce it underneath for Mendez. Mendez under the basket. Blocked from behind by Perez. Perez out of the hands. Avina lost. Mendez has it. Lays it in. 22 for him. 66-59 with 52 seconds left. Diego Gutierrez with a full head of steam. Works into the lane. Steps to his right. Flings it up off the front iron. Rebound put back by Nicholas Gutierrez, who's got 14. Timeout for Pasco. With 43 seconds remaining, 66-61, and Pasco will use their last timeout. In the overtime, Hermiston, 4 for 4 from the foul line. Adrian Mendez in the overtime. He's got 8 points. He's got 6 points. Andrew James, that opening three. It's almost like overtime has been kind of like wrestling. You get that first takedown, and now you're just in the advantage the whole time.
Yeah, and that's it. That's what they strive for when you go to overtime. Get that first basket, then you put the pressure on the other team, especially if you get the first time out, you get a stop, at which Hermiston did. They got 2 stops in a row, and Hermiston was able to go ahead and take the advantage of it.
43 seconds remaining. And Hermiston's lead is 66-61. Full court pressure from Pasco. Ramirez and Andreessen standing on the elbows. And at half court, Ortiz and Mendez. Into Mendez, back to Ramirez. Ramirez holding it to Ortiz. Ortiz, probably one of the guys to foul. Ramirez into the front court. They got a foul now. Finally, they come get him. And it'll be Jordan Ramirez.
Fouls on Pasco, number 20, Xavier Perez. That's his 3rd personal foul.
Who tonight hasn't been perfect. 4 of 7 from the line. He gets 2 tries here on Xavier Perez's 3rd. So double bonus for Ramirez. Can he pretty much ice this thing? First one is good, and it's a 6-point game. Two for 2. 68-61. 30 seconds remaining. Full court pressure. Ramirez got the pick away from Diego Gutierrez. He'll circle into the right corner, bounce it back to Ortiz. Ortiz fouled up top with 23 seconds left. Cesar Ortiz will go to the line to try to ice it. The foul against Sergio Avita. It is his first.
Now will be Cesar Ortiz to shoot 2.
Cesar tonight, 2 of 3 from the foul line. He hit 3 triples in the first half. No scoring in the 3rd quarter. His first point of overtime is still 1 roll of the ball away as the first one misses. Ortiz to make it a 8-point game, and he does. 14 for Ortiz, 69-61, 20 seconds left in this thing. Lob it. Back to Diego Gutierrez, top of the key, 3 ball, front iron off. Ramirez has the rebound. He's fouled by Perez, 4th for Perez. And now Jordan Ramirez can come down the other end of the floor. You know, when this thing started, at the start of the 4th quarter, it was 44-40. And Hermiston is probably going to end up with 70-plus points in this game. Pasco's over 60. Ramirez hits the first. And he's got 1 more coming. Adrian Mendez, 22 points.
Yeah.
Just calm under pressure when Hermiston needs him. Ramirez gets them both. 71-61, final 10 seconds coming off of the clock. Diego Gutierrez and the Pasco Bulldogs made a run at Hermiston. It was a good one. Rebound by Ramirez on a Diego Gutierrez miss. Pasco, hard luck loss for them, to be honest. They played really well, but they fall to 0-6. Hermiston improves, survives, and they're 5-0 and 3-0 on top of the Mid-Columbia Conference. Sway Motors postgame show is coming your way when we're back in 2 minutes here on AM 1360 KOHU.